This is a grass is green take, man. There's really basketball fans out there that think Magic is better than Kobe because of team success, but I'm not buying it, bro. Kobe disrespect get crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I get Jordan over him, Kareem, MJ. I mean Jordan. I mean, I'm saying I feel what you're saying, Fly, but I'm just saying like I don't mind if I put LeBron over him or Jordan or Kareem or even Hakeem Olajuwon or Shaq. But this Magic talk got to stop, bro. Like Kobe, they punished Kobe for playing with Shaq. Never punished Magic for playing with Kareem. I mean, Magic get away with having bad finals, but they always bring up Kobe '04 finals, but they never bring up '84 for Magic. They never bring up 1980. They never bring up 1980. I mean, I get Magic a more likable guy. I get it. Kobe was arrogant, but we got to stop lying just because you don't like him, bro. Like, he won Finals MVP with Kareem, but in 1980, y'all know Kareem averaged 33 points a game. I don't care about. Stop bringing up accolades, bro. Like 1980, he wasn't even the best player on the team, bro. Kareem averaged like 33, I think like 14 and like 5 blocks, bro. And he only missed one game. And Magic clear, man, what? Kobe's better at everything besides playmaking, bro. Kobe won 2 Finals MVPs without Shaq, bro. So next. And nobody will win. Well, I can see what you're saying, but nobody will win Finals MVP over Shaq, prime Shaq, bro. Nobody, bro. Like, I'm not no player that's 21 years old. Not LeBron, not Jordan, not nobody. If you think so, you don't know ball. So, yeah, like. Plus, I don't care. Like, he didn't win Finals MVP. Okay, I still think he better than Magic. I said I don't mind if you got Shaq over him. Magic gets overrated, man. Kobe better mid-range shooter, better three-point shooter, way better defender. Magic at playmaking, like, okay, like, wow. Like,
Yo, no, yeah, you cooking with this take, bro.
facts, bro.
Kobe clears him.
Yeah, I'm just
Kobe
saying, like,
clears him on offense and defense.
right, I'm just saying, I get, shit, better rebounder. Accolade, I don't care about accolades, but okay. I mean,
If
the
we
reason why I
if
don't,
we talking about
oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My bad.
if we talking about who you taking on a basketball court, you telling me you not gonna take Kobe? Come on, bro.
That's crazy work, bro.
Nefarious work.
Yeah, that's the thing with, I think Kobe get ranked solo because of accolades, bro. I just feel like I think it was hard for Kobe to win his accolades than Magic.
Because you gotta remember, Magic got drafted on a elite team already, bro, and he got drafted with the best player in the league. And by the time he won his first championship, this nigga had another #1 pick, bro, and James Worthy, bro. So throughout the whole '80s, he's always had elite teams, and he's either going to the finals or winning it, or he's
But
just
nobody
going to
ever
the
bring
finals.
that up. Magic get all the credit, but they never bring up like they bring up for Kobe playing with Shaq, but they don't
But
bring up Magic playing with Magic playing Kareem. It don't matter.
Kobe at least has 2 rings. We can say that Kobe has 2 rings without Shaq.
Like,
Magic don't have rings without Kareem.
I get he got. I mean, I get he a great leader and all. I get that. I'm just talking about basketball.
Yeah, Kobe had to get his rings off the mud respectfully.
Facts.
Magic didn't have to go through a rebuild in the middle of his prime. Magic didn't have to go through that much adversity, respectfully. That's the difference.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you just can't like ignore accolades and what they did in their career and just go off past because we're talking about who's greater as a player and what they did in their career and what they accomplished matters.
But Kobe still clears Magic though, bro.
Not in
What you
accomplishments and
mean?
accolades.
Kobe accomplished 30,000 points and 2 finals
Okay, but
MVP
Magic won
and
more
12 defensive
awards.
teams, bro. So
Yeah, but
you
Magic
want to bring
won
up
more awards
awards?
and has a better impact on the game than Kobe in terms of passing, playmaking, offensive impact. All
That's,
of
that's all he do better is pass.
every advanced stats. Every
Kobe
advanced stat.
cook him on defense and cook him as a
If we're gonna
the
go
scoring
off
gap is so
what you
wide,
said,
bro.
listen, hold on.
Okay,
If
the
we're gonna
scoring
go
gap
off
is wide.
accolades,
Yo, I got a
hold
question
up.
for y'all. So during Kobe's stretch from '98 when he was drafted, he wasn't the best player in the league from '98 to '05. We can
Neither
all
was
agree on that.
Magic. Neither was
Can
Magic.
we all agree on that?
Neither was Magic.
Magic won Finals MVP.
Magic was not. He was not
He
better
won
than
MVP
Kareem.
2 years after.
Magic still wasn't the best player in the
He wasn't
world.
the. He was never the
Still
best player in
wasn't
the
the best
world.
player in the world.
You're telling me '89 Magic wasn't the best player in the world?
No,
Are you
Michael
serious?
No.
No, Michael Jordan exists.
'89 Magic won MVP. Wasn't
Michael
I
Jordan
don't care.
exists, buddy.
before Magic
Yeah.
got there. Before Magic got there, when he was a rookie,
Steve Nash won
when he
MVP
won the
in the
finals, when he
Michael
Hold
won
on.
Jordan
Can I ask a
exists.
question?
finals
Can I ask a
MVP
question?
as a rookie. MJ wasn't there when he
Yeah,
went.
he won
MJ
finals
wasn't there when
MVP
Magic
because
was
of
there.
I have a
MJ wasn't
question.
there when Magic was there.
Because
Does
Kareem missed one
making so
game.
wait. So does making
Still-
Finals MVP or MVP make you the clear-cut best player in the league?
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you're acting like Magic wasn't that one of the
All you do is
wasn't
He was-
one
he
of
was
those
never the
dudes
best player
since
in the league,
rookie,
bro.
since he
What
was
is
drafted.
Magic?
He wasn't arguably the best player in the league since he was drafted.
The real question is, what is Magic better than Kobe at besides playmaking and rebounding?
Nothing.
Like, what are we talking about? You're bringing
Offensive
up
impact, all offensive impact, efficiency. Kobe's one of the most
On low
inefficient
ass
scorers.
volume. On low volume.
Kobe is one of the most inefficient scorers ever.
Dang, Magic. You making it
that's
seem like
bad.
Magic is really like he's really putting up elite numbers though. He's not.
He
bro.
is.
He has
You're
weak.
telling
Yeah.
me 23, 12.
He
You're
was
telling me
a
12.
top
low-
5 player in the
Listen,
world.
you're telling
On
me
low volume?
23, 12, 8 with 2 steals isn't efficient with 50% shooting? That's not efficient.
What's-
Or
what,
amazing?
what season you
He
talking
was an
about?
efficient scorer, but he wasn't
He's
better.
done
He
it
wasn't a
multiple
better player than Jordan.
times.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
saying
wasn't better than Jordan. He
That's
was
what I'm
never
saying.
better
So
than Jordan. Never
was
better than Kareem.
was
for a
Kobe
good
was
player.
Kobe the best player in the NBA from '98 to '05? No, not once.
You said what?
No,
From
no,
98
but
to- but
No, he
from-
wasn't.
Ever the best player.
He was top
But
10 though.
2000, 2007,
So was
2008,
Magic,
he
but was he
was
ever
the
the
best
best
player in the
player?
world.
No, he wasn't.
2007,
So-
why
yes, it
not?
was. Yes, it
So
was.
from
Why
to,
not?
to 05, no, he was never better than Shaq. He was never,
I didn't
no.
know.
You said
You
07.
gotta listen. You gotta listen. I
hear you.
said
What's
07, 08. I didn't say
07,
05.
08, I am taking
Yes.
LeBron James and I over Kobe.
Nigga,
Look at
LeBron
the
was
stats.
not the best player in the
Yes,
world
he
in
was.
2008.
LeBron-
LeBron
Except-
didn't become the best
except for
until
LeBron fan, by the
2009
way.
game.
Let me finish.
You're
In
a LeBron
2008,
fan.
LeBron was averaging more rebounds, more assists, more points, better efficiency.
No,
better
he
defense.
wasn't. He wasn't more
More points.
efficient in 2008, and he wasn't. He was not
points.
more,
More
especially in the playoffs. He did
More
not
points.
average more points
Yes,
that
he
year.
did.
Not in
LeBron averaged
2007.
30.
No, he did
LeBron
not. No,
averaged
he
30
did not.
in 08.
That's
Kobe
2006.
averaged 28.
That's 2006.
You're getting
the
the
years mixed up.
2008. Now you're going to
No,
2006.
no, you're getting the years mixed up.
You
gang.
said
You're
2008.
Getting it. No,
Yo,
you're
enemy
not
time. Did you
listening.
not say
Yo,
2008?
Hold on. Because you're talking. You're too antsy. Calm down, my nigga. Relax. So once again, in 2006, LeBron put up 30. Cool. In 2000, when I'm talking about 2007 and 2008, the year Pau Gasol got there, nigga, Bron was not a more efficient scorer than Kobe Bryant. That's cap. He wasn't more efficient with the volume. That's cap. And he didn't have the better playoff run than Kobe. That's cap. He didn't play better against the Boston Celtics. That's cap. All these things are cap, and Kobe was still displaying elite playmaking. Was still great on guard defense. He was not better. Bron was not better. He was dropping in those years. Now, when 2009 came around, that's when he became the best player in the world.
Let's talk about
Yes. He was dropping in. He dropped it in that series. He was like that versus. He was like that versus the Pistons, and he dropped in the first. No, he was like that versus in that series. He was cool in the Pistons series, and he dropped versus Spurs. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's talk about playoff dropping. 2010, when Game 7, Kobe shot 6 for 24, and they still won that game.
Why are we
Game
talking
7
about? Why are we talking
Game
about
7.
2010? We're not
2010,
talking.
LeBron was
We
the best
weren't
player.
talking about
I
2010.
can't finish talking.
No,
bro.
because you're moving the goalposts.
Hey,
We're not
look
talking
at-
about
look at what-
2010.
He also had
What are you
14.
going to
By the way,
2010 for?
Look at
You
what
let everybody
LeBron
speak
did.
at one
What are you
time.
doing?
Yo,
Because this nigga keep moving the goalposts.
I can't even hear niggas though, bro.
2010.
Johnson, mute niggas, bro. You the host, bro. Mute
Ain't
niggas.
nobody
Bro.
talking about 2010, bro. I said 07, 08. Talk about those years. Don't move it to 2010.
08, Bron averaged 30 that year. Kobe averaged 28.
But Kobe was the better playoff performer.
I'm giving
So
07
explain
to
that. It
Bron.
wasn't close.
Yeah, thank you.
In the regular season,
I'm giving 07 to
You're
Bron.
talking about you're taking 07 Bron when the nigga's dropping the majority of the series he's playing in.
They going by wins.
Did they not go to the
Finals,
finals?
though, Neff.
They did.
They
Hold
went to
on.
the
Did they not go to the finals that
Oh
year?
Don't
my
care.
gosh! You see how
You know,
niggas?
you know.
Okay, so Kobe was the best player in the world for 3 straight years. Then
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, 'cause you gotta get
that's
Kobe
not-
09
I'm-
he went to the
I'm so
finals
sad.
and won too.
No.
he gotta be, right?
Listen, I'm agreeing. Hold on. I'm
All right,
agreeing
then.
with you.
Has Chef not been talking to like? Can someone else? I'm saying from 07 to 2010, I am taking LeBron James over him.
Okay, that's
I think
fine because We're
So
Hold
adding
up.
years like 2009 and 2010, and I said Braun was better in those years.
Yeah, he
But
is.
you
Yeah.
asked me, you specifically asked me,
I
what
said
years
08 as
was.
well.
No, you asked me what years was Kobe the best player
2007,
in the
it's
world, and I
Kobe, and it
told
ain't
you those.
close.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying,
07. Kobe's the best player in the world.
I'm
Braun
not
ain't
saying
no.
Kobe's
Braun ain't even top 5 in
that is
2007.
ridiculous to say.
And I'm
But I'm
talking
not
about
even.
I'm talking about
No, he's not
2006,
better
2000.
than Kevin
And when I'm
Garnett.
saying and
He's
when I'm
not
saying
better
oh
than
06,
Dirk.
07,
Not
hold
better
on.
He
than Dirk
dragged
or
that trash
Kobe.
When
cash
I'm
team to the
talking
finals
about
against Denver,
06,
by the way.
07, I'm
So
talking about
hold up. When Daniel
good.
in Game 6 against the Pistons, when Daniel Gibson had 31 points and LeBron James was a ghost in the closeout game before the finals, he dragged him. And then in the first round, he plays the 41 and 41 Wizards, a bottom 3 defense in the league, without Caron Butler and Gilbert Arenas.
Oh
Big
damn.
Z and Larry Hughes both averaged nearly 20 points a game in that series, and LeBron James was outplayed by Antoine Jameson. Then in the
So
second round, you go against the 41 and 41 Nets,
And
who
he
are the
dropped as a scorer.
who are a middle of the pack offense and defense. They're around 15th ranked in both. LeBron drops in that series once again, guarded by Richard Jefferson mainly. Then we move on to the Pistons series. I mean, game 5 kind of carries the hell out of it, makes him look better
Yeah.
than what he really was throughout the series. And then in the finals, he dog shit.
So you're telling me LeBron James is not the reason they made it that far?
I,
We're not
that's
saying
I,
we're not saying we're not saying
hold up, chef.
So
Here's the reason.
whether you're gonna say
Here's the reasons.
whether you're gonna say he didn't perform to the
Hold
way
up,
he
I'm
wasn't-
finna answer
You've
your
been talking to.
question.
Can I say
though.
one thing and I'll let you talk after that? Whether you
Sure,
say
go
he
ahead.
didn't perform to the expectations that he usually performs, which is high, you still can't say he wasn't the best player on his team that entire playoffs. Yes, he could have performed better.
Well, no shit, he's the best on those.
Okay,
7
exactly.
times,
So
fella.
if he is the reason they are there. So yes, he
no,
brought that team
he's
there.
not. He's not the sole reason.
He's not the sole reason they're there.
I mean, Daniel Gibson quite literally closed out the Pistons and had 31 points on 9 shots in the closeout game. And then the Cavs defense was probably the Cavs defense was probably the biggest reason they were as good as they were. They were a top 5 defense, and when LeBron left the floor, they were still top 6, top 7 defense. And the only reason they made it to the finals is because no one in the East could match the offensive production of LeBron, no matter his efficiency.
Exactly, LeBron.
And then you
Exactly.
add on the fact that they have the best defense in the East. It's like how
What
are
you're
they
saying
not
doesn't
supposed to
matter
go to the
because
finals?
what you're saying doesn't matter because he
it
is the
does
main
matter.
reason.
It doesn't matter because they want to beat
He's
Phoenix.
the main
You think
reason
they would
they're
beat
there.
Phoenix? You
He's
crazy?
the main reason they're there. Yes, whether he is the main reason they're there. You can't ignore that.
So what do
So-
you think? What do you think was more valuable that entire year, the Cavs' offense or their defense?
The defense.
All right, is LeBron the best defender?
He's one of the best defenders on that team. I wouldn't say he's the best defender.
He's
on the team, but
probably
definitely
the
one of best.
third best.
Okay, he's their best offensive player and their third best defensive player, and he's
And you're saying their defense. You're saying their defense was more
Keep going
valuable.
the fact that he got outplayed these few games. He didn't perform. He didn't do this as well this series. He's still the main reason they're there. You can't tell me he's not.
Well,
That's my
Antoine
argument.
Jameson
That's my
gave
argument.
him 31 a night.
Okay, so
so
since
let
we're
me-
using niggas being the main reason them going to the finals, why are you not saying Kobe's the best player in the world for 3 straight years?
Right.
I'm
I
not
said
saying-
I'm
I'm
saying
not
logic.
saying-
Hold up.
I'm not saying you can't say
Kobe
he's
was the
best
main
player.
reason they got to the finals.
I'm
in
not saying
01.
Jesus
Christ. I'm not
No,
mad.
you have to say that.
No,
Kobe was
you
out
keep the same-
playing Shaq
My thing
before
is,
the
you don't
01
have to say
finals.
that. You don't have to say that in 08 because he performed better in the regular season in every statistic category. You don't have to say that.
And Kobe performed way better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so you.
no, in the series. Nigga, Bron don't got for 07, 08. Bron don't got nothing for that. Bron don't got nothing for the Spurs. What Kobe did versus Spurs, my nigga. He didn't play. He didn't perform better versus Celtics. We all know that. That's clear as day. What are we like?
I understand we know that, but why are we not talking about like the fact that here's my thing with Kobe. I think as one of the scorers, he's an inefficient scorer. I think that his
That's
game.
not true. That's not
It is
true.
true.
That's not true.
It is
Do you
true.
know what efficiency is?
On way high
Yes, I know what
volume.
efficiency is.
What is
Most of the guys,
efficiency?
most of the
Oh,
guys
you
in the
think it's
top.
No.
listen, most-
What is efficiency?
Yeah, I
What
gotta
is
go.
efficiency?
But most of the guys in the top 10, have a career or shot 50% in a career. Kobe has never shot over 50% in
Bro,
his entire career.
50%.
care.
You're talking about accuracy from the field. That is not efficiency, my nigga.
That is accuracy
That's what
from
you're
the
failing to
field.
realize.
That
That's
is
just
literally
Yeah,
what
field
was
that's
goal
not
from the
efficient.
field.
That's
percentage,
field goal
boy.
percentage, game. You
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
what
talking. That is
efficiency
literally.
is.
Are you telling me
No.
field
No, I'm
percentage isn't
saying
a part of
here's
efficiency?
another
You're
another
telling me
Don't
bad
tell the
field
whole.
True
Don't
percentage
tell the
shooting
whole
is
story.
efficiency, game. It's
it's a
like,
part of
bro.
efficiency. Yes, it is. It's a big part of efficiency.
Field goal
No,
percentage.
true
Hold on.
shooting is efficiency, game.
So is field goal percentage. That is a part of it.
No,
Are
it's
you?
not, bro.
Field goal
No, it's
Field goal
not.
percentage is
percentage is
your
not a part of it.
accuracy.
No,
It's
no,
different. It's a
It's
different
a
way.
completely
DeAndre Jordan.
different
It's a
thing.
DeAndre
part
Jordan
of
a
it.
better
It's
scorer than
a
Kobe.
part of it. I don't think that's
For
very.
the game
It
of
is a
basketball.
part of it.
Because true shooting and field goal percentage isn't going to highly favor Kobe because the motherfucker's shooting 13 mid ranges a game. But it's probably
That's my whole point. You
the
can't argue
most.
Kobe's like a huge efficient scorer. Out of the top 10, what I have,
Not,
he's the least
no,
efficient
you
one.
said
So
he's
Magic volume is
inefficient.
dog
I'm
shit.
not
So
saying he. I'm
nah,
not saying he's
Well,
all time great efficient.
Kobe
But the
is
years,
So
actually
this is my reason.
but hold on.
y'all
But the
niggas stop
years, the
arguing.
years.
Damn.
This is the point of the.
This is the point of the conversation, game. But the huge reason, but like, there's a big reason we're talking about '07 and '08 because LeBron is also not displaying the all-time great efficiency numbers that he would display in his prime.
No, but he's putting
That's the
more all-around
problem.
numbers. He's
Hold
putting
on, hold
better
on, hold on,
all-around.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait,
He
can I say
shot
That's the
something?
50.
problem.
Can I say
He
something,
shot
please?
52 true shooting in the
Can I
01
please?
in
Can I say
the
something,
08
please? 'Cause I'm
playoffs.
actually gonna make a point
Yeah.
that might 86 all of this because I just actually did the definition of efficiency, and I think we need to label Kobe as you can't use that he wasn't an efficient player
I
anymore.
think as a
I
top, I'm
actually
not
just
saying he's inefficient. I'm saying as a top
Well,
scorer,
he's
That's
like
what you
three.
said.
I said he's one of the
He's
more.
3 to 4% above league average in
I'm
his
saying,
prime.
I'm not saying, I didn't say he was ever like he's crazy inefficient. I said as a top scorer.
He's more efficient than
Oh
Tim
my
Duncan
gosh.
in the
Okay,
playoffs.
hold on,
Bro.
hold on, hold on,
Is
hold on.
Tim
Wait,
Duncan
wait,
a
wait,
top
wait, wait.
scorer?
I
Is
think, I
Tim
think I
Duncan a
get what
top
he's
scorer?
saying.
Tim
I
Duncan's a
think I
big
get what
man
he's
in the
saying.
Is Tim Duncan a
2000s.
top scorer? No.
Tim Duncan is
I
a
think I
big
get what he's
man.
saying now.
But my
What he's saying
he
is,
said
out of the
Kobe's
He's
top
in it.
scorers,
What he initially
Kobe is the
stated
least
was Kobe.
efficient.
He said Kobe's
Nah, but
inefficient. That was his
Not only
yeah,
that,
what he
not only
initially
that,
stated was Kobe was inefficient.
I
That's what
think
he said, bro.
Kobe's career defensive rating is bottom 250th. Phil
Defensive rate
Jackson,
is not how you
Phil,
scale players'
Okay, so
Phil
defense, bro.
Curry
Jackson,
better than Tony Allen in
Phil
2015.
Jackson, his
Dude.
coach said Kobe's defense was inconsistent. He gambled too much, went up for steals. Kobe never averaged over 2 steals a game. He's a 1% block rating, and he's under 50 in defensive win shares. So his defense is a little overrated
Bro,
as well.
niggas is using defensive rating for individual players. This is
I put up
nasty.
multiple stuff. I put up Phil Jackson.
This
What
is
he's
nasty.
Damn,
put up
start
Phil
watching.
Jackson.
God
You
damn.
brought up
I put up
defensive
Hey
Boston.
win
man,
shares.
hey,
God damn.
I put up multiple
Pau
things. You can't
Gasol.
say.
Hey,
You
you know
gotta
Pau
take.
Gasol got a Pau Gasol has higher defensive win shares than Anthony Davis. Would you say he's a better defender?
Did you know Russell
I'm
Westbrook
not
has
only
more
putting
win
up.
shares than
Wait,
Kobe
I'm saying.
Hold on,
Would you
hold on.
say would you say he's a better
Damien.
defender because of that?
Wait,
No,
wait,
listen,
Damien.
listen what I'm saying.
Damien.
Defensive
Hold on, Damien.
defensive rating and defensive win shares do not tell the whole story. I 100% agree.
Exactly.
They're
That's
team
right. You shouldn't,
stats.
you shouldn't use them at all. You shouldn't use them at all.
You can still, yes, they are. All right,
All right,
people
all
use
right, all right.
defensive
So hold on. So hold on.
ratings
So hold on.
for
So
multiple
hold on. Let me
things.
ask you
So
this. Let me ask you this.
I brought
Let me
up
ask you
I
this.
brought
Hold
up what his coach thought of him. I brought up his steals. I brought up his blocks.
Yeah,
I brought
he's
up
comparing
those
him to
stuff
Michael
too.
Jordan, though, bro.
Let me ask you a question. So if I was trying to prove to you why Magic Johnson is a better defender than LeBron, and I brought up defensive win shares and defensive rating, would you accept that?
I wouldn't only accept that.
No. Would you accept that in general, like at all?
I would say it might play. It plays a small factor, but it goes to the. It goes in. It doesn't play.
So
It
if
doesn't tell the whole
it
story.
plays such a
It does
small
not tell the whole
factor
story.
and
It does not
it's
tell the
eclipsed
story.
by other things like film, why does it matter?
Exactly. Yes. And I just told you
So
in
it
Phil
doesn't.
Jackson's
So it
book.
doesn't
In
fucking
Phil
matter.
Jackson's book.
So it doesn't
Phil
fucking
Jackson's
matter.
book, his coach.
Nigga,
He said he
if defensive rating contradicts the film, it just defensive rating doesn't matter.
Phil Jackson's coach agreed with that. To that.
I don't give a fuck,
Bro,
nigga.
Phil
I don't give a
Jack,
fuck what you
nigga,
think.
Michael Jordan was doing the same things
Yeah, he was
Kobe
comparing,
Michael
he
was
was comparing
Jordan
Kobe to
has
Michael
not-
Jordan. I know
gambling.
exactly what he's talking about.
Kobe's
So
also
we
give a
in
fuck what
agreement
the
that
coach
Kobe
think, nigga.
players.
as well because Kobe Jackson, Kobe Bryant never averaged over 2 steals, and he's a 1% block rating player.
Okay, so Iverson better.
Jordan
Right,
as
Iverson
well.
better defender than Kobe then.
What the fuck?
Because he led the lead in
Yeah,
steals.
man, yeah,
He led
that's
the lead
That's
in
not my
man.
point. I'm bringing that as another factor. You gotta use multiple factors. I'm not saying you guys are
Yeah, you
taking
need to
one thing
use
I
eye
say.
test, bro. That's why I say niggas gotta watch.
Film when they talk about
You guys
defense.
are taking. I'm not saying Kobe's a bad defender. I'm saying he's a little bit overrated. You guys are taking one thing I say.
I mean, he overrated in defense, but he's still better than
Yeah,
Magic.
and
That's
then,
the
Yeah,
and then,
he's still better than Magic. He's still
and then
better
we're
than Magic.
talking
He's
about
better.
Magic Johnson
He's a better defender.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he's least about
Kobe clears.
Leaps and bounds better than Magic as a defender.
Hey, let me see you another rose, bro.
Another thing is, like that's the thing about Kobe is Kobe shoots 25% in Game 7 or game tying shots. So he wasn't
I don't
Hold on,
care.
wait.
I
What did
don't
that?
care.
What determine game time
25%.
and shots?
Game tying or game winning shots
I
with under
don't care.
24 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, so
He
so
still
1
literally
minute don't
been
matter, 2
scoring
minutes
minutes
don't matter, 3 minutes don't matter.
it varies by
Like, come
second,
on,
right?
bro.
It varies. Like for example, if you look at the game time shots or game winning shots under 3.5, it'll be different from ones under like 3.2. You know that, right?
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
All right. The stat for game winners.
Oh, so
It's
what was
very
you saying
inconsistent.
about Kobe Bryant in the clutch again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me bring up
24
numbers.
seconds
This
don't
is just the
determine
field goals.
clutch
This
if
is
you
just
ever
the
hoop
field goals.
before.
It's not like what the timing is. He's 7 for 27, I think. This is a field goal to what he shows at under 24 seconds.
That boy Magic.
Bro,
7 for
if
27.
your team
Under
down
24
4
seconds
or
on the
5
clock.
minutes left or 4 minutes left, that's still clutch too. It ain't just
Hey,
24.
you want me to bring up? You want me to
That
bring up?
shit is
You want me to
disingenuous.
show you 08, 09
Very
Kobe's clutch
disingenuous.
He has
stats?
clutch moments. I'm
You
not
want to
saying
see
this is
08,
clutch
09
moments.
Kobe's clutch stats too?
I mean, that's
I'm
what you
not saying
brought
he don't
up.
have clutch
The
moments. He has
final
clutch
seconds
moments.
is clutch
Hey, big
moments,
screen.
bro.
Hey,
I
big
we
screen.
want to
His
see
Ain't
that.
Curry like
percentages,
0 for 9?
his
0 for 9
percentages.
Hey,
like,
big
Yeah,
screen.
bro.
Big
Curry
screen. Big
sucks
screen.
in the final minute in
Right.
the clutch.
Okay, Curry has
Make
a
me
Curry
large.
has a
Make
clutch
me
player of
large.
the
Make
year
me
award.
large.
So
Make me large.
Oh,
Okay.
now it's
Hey,
the
yo,
clutch
Magic,
player
I
of the
fuck with
year.
you hard, bro.
Yeah,
Make
you know
me
why he
big,
has the
man.
clutch player of the
Make
year?
me big, man.
Because it's more than just the final second of the game. You realize that, right? It's
Uh
what you
oh.
actually doing in fourth quarters, right?
Oh shit! Look my hand.
Are we
That's
showing
the
the beam,
problem.
man?
I
So
think
niggas is failing to realize, bro.
I think Magic is overall better offensively in terms of his gravity and impact on the offensive side of the basketball.
Gravity. That
Gravity.
nigga just
Gravity.
goddamn
You
wrote
said
gravity.
Nigga,
gravity?
That
Kobe,
big.
nigga,
That's the
Kobe
great
watched some
playmaker.
gravity
Talking
in the
about.
starting line. Do you
Magic
smoke?
does have
Do you
gravity,
smoke?
Chef. Don't
He
you
don't
get on
have,
that
no,
shit.
I say he don't have more gravity than Kobe.
If you think he has a
That's
higher
a fact.
offensive
In the
impact,
early
Nigga,
does he
nigga,
have a
'90s,
do
higher
you
offensive
David,
impact
fucking
than
he's
smoke,
Kobe?
bro?
Come
he's
on,
probably
come
creating
on,
way
man.
more. He
Offensively,
probably
No,
I think
he's
has.
he's
not.
higher than that.
Hey,
Who do
hey,
you,
Russ.
who do you
Hey,
think is?
Russ. Hey, Russ. Give me a
Hold up.
series. Give me a
All
series
right,
at Magic
I got
career
it.
where
Yo,
he's
look,
creating
I gotta
more
go.
than the Celtics than Kobe versus Celtics in 08.
Yo, I gotta
Please.
go because
Please,
Well,
I need to
Magic,
watch that
Russ.
series again.
Magic in
Please.
not Magic in 1990 against the Suns was creating nearly 20 times a game.
Nah, that's cap. That's cap,
No, it
bro.
ain't. I even have
That's cap.
screenshots. I even have
Hey,
screenshots,
you gotta give me them
videos, and
time stamps,
clips.
brother. Yeah, I need them time
are you telling me that Kobe's better offensive as an offensive impact than Magic Johnson?
Yes.
No, yes.
No.
What?
Yes. Yes,
I
he
got
is.
it.
Wait,
That
wait,
is-
wait. Can I say
Nigga,
something?
nigga,
Can I say something?
offensively and what Magic does.
Can I say something?
Magic's.
Wait,
No,
Hold
no,
on, you gotta
Wait,
let
hold on,
Magic
because
Burner. You gotta let
you don't
Magic
get it, brother.
Burner
You don't-
cook this. Hold
Yo,
up,
you
Trey.
don't
You
get it,
gotta
buddy.
let
I got
Magic
it.
Burner cook this motherfucker. Cause I'm hearing
I
some
got it.
damn delusion.
I have a
This
question.
nigga got
I got it.
I know
Magic
Magic.
Burner
He
as
fuck
his
with
name,
Magic too.
man.
He just
Yo, yo, yo,
So
yo.
Magic from
Hey, don't make me beg no
1986
more.
to 1990 is
Mhm.
leading the
Hey, shrink me.
third best playoff offense in league history, behind only LeBron James from
Warmer.
14 to 18 and
Mhm.
Steve Nash from 05 to 2010.
Man,
Damn.
man, two
He's
niggas
a
with
great
low level
playmaker.
situations, man.
And
Okay.
Magic,
Exactly.
Magic
So
used to
offensively,
coast on
playmaking.
running
So
plus
offensively,
8,
still
plus
not better
9
than Kobe.
offense.
He's also yes, he
I
is.
say
But
he takes
offensively,
the
still not better
playmaker.
than
He
Kobe.
takes the
So
What's that
playmaker.
offense when he's off the floor, man?
Just because
Oh.
Kobe scores more doesn't mean he's a
The
better offense.
Lakers'
Nobody said
offense would
nobody
drop off
nobody
a
said just
cliff
because he
without
scores more, he's a better
Magic on
scorer.
the
Nobody said
floor.
that,
He
nigga.
said
So
what?
what is the reason besides scoring?
Sure.
What is the reason
And
besides
Magic
scoring?
is
Sure.
Magic has doubled
What is
his
the reason besides
efficiency
scoring that
All right,
Kobe?
away
All right,
from
so hold on, wait. He's better than Magic in the half court. He's a better scorer,
Half
and
court.
he's still a
I
great
got my
playmaker.
chair.
Just no,
All
okay.
time
He
great
just
Yeah,
playmaker.
he's
basically
still an
just said
elite
scoring. He
playmaker.
basically
No,
just
I
said scoring. He
didn't. What the
basically
fuck
just
are you
said
Wait,
scoring.
talking
half
about?
court. Wait.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Better
How
in
do
the
you just say
half court.
scoring?
Are you
Magic's
talking
better in
about
the
scoring
full
in
court,
half
the
court?
full game. He's better.
He's better in transition. Okay.
In transition, he's better at
Okay.
putting pressure on a small
I don't
guard.
give a
He's
fuck. I
sitting
don't give a
back.
fuck. I don't give a
I
fuck. I don't
value
give a
what you're
fuck.
doing in the half court setting more. Sorry.
Magic is
So
a
wait.
I value what
historic
you're doing
half
in the
court
game.
operator, Chef.
Nah, man. No,
The
you
game
can't.
isn't a
Magic,
half court game.
hold
I value
up.
what you're doing in
If
the
you
entire
ain't
game. It's not a
watched
half
late
court game. It's a
80s,
full
early
court game. That's
90s
why it's full
Magic,
court
Definitely
basketball.
watched late 80s, early 90s Magic.
Hey,
you
it's
That
full court
definitely are
basketball. It's
watching
not
the
half court basketball.
Bro, hey,
that
Damien,
passing
hey, Damien,
ability,
bro, you better
that
hush, bro.
passing
You better
abilities
hush.
like that,
It's a
bro.
full
I'm
court
not moved
game.
by that
Magic,
Hey,
creation.
Damien, you
Magic
better hush
in
with
the
that,
Nah,
bro.
I'm
pick and
moved by the
hold up,
creation.
hold up.
Niggas not playing
You
off of
gotta
Kobe
let
and letting
someone
shoot,
else
like,
talk, Chef. But Magic in the half court, 87. We see him having historic post playmaking in the half court. He's also one of the best pick and roll operators in the half court. A lot of times they would run an inverted pick and roll, like we see with Braun and Luka this season.
Bro,
We'd see Magic and Worthy run that quite often in the half court, and it would lead to open kick out mid ranges, open lanes from cutters. It would often create the easy opportunities for the offense to score.
Russ. The thing is, his volume in the inverted pick and roll is not that high that you're trying to emphasize.
Yes, it is.
And on top of that, Yeah,
He's probably the
his
highest
post
volume pick
passing
and
is
roll
getting there.
guy in
I'll
the
give you
league,
that.
dog.
Not only
His
that,
post,
Chef,
Yo,
nah,
Gilbert.
bro,
not only that,
nah,
Chef.
bro.
Look,
Hey,
Chef,
hey,
listen.
Damian, bro.
He's
Hey,
not
Damian, bro.
running
Sit
that
down for
inverted
this one,
pick
bro.
and
Chef,
roll
Chef,
with
Chef,
James
Let
Worthy.
Magic speak.
not only,
James
Well, he
Worthy's
ran the pick
James
and
Worthy
roll.
James Worthy's more on ball than him actually
bro,
running that.
it's not only
action
that.
in the late '80s and early
Magic
'90s.
Johnson is a 6'9"
Don't say
guard
something you're gonna
where
get
he
fried
can
on.
put
Magic
pressure on you
Johnson can
and
make
scoring the
any
basketball as
read
well.
imaginable in the half court
Nigga
because
said Henry Reed.
he's the best prober and processor to ever
That nigga
play.
can't.
No, he's not.
Hey man, when
All right,
niggas
Chef,
barely
what
blitzing
is
you, I'ma hope you're one of the best probers.
I
That's the
just, I
same
just
thing
don't
with
think
the
you've
defense.
watched. I don't think
Chef,
you've
what
watched 8
did
years
Kobe do in his
Magic,
career
dog.
that puts him ahead of Magic Johnson?
You said what?
What did Kobe do in his career that
I
puts him ahead
think
of
you
Magic
need to
He
Johnson?
watch
one of the
that
best. He's
90
one of the
Suns
best
series.
probers
Is this a career
because
debate
niggas
or is this like
gravity ain't
offense?
insane,
This
bro.
is
Wait,
for
hold on.
who's
It's the
better,
same
Is
thing
this
Magic.
with
career
Steve
or
Nash.
offense?
Steve Nash is
Who's
one of
better,
the best
Magic?
probers
So
in
what
the
did
in the
Sure.
basketball.
Kobe clears.
And that's
what
because
did
that
Kobe
niggas. That's
do?
because niggas is not consistently
Sure.
What did
blitzing y'all,
Kobe
bro.
do in
I'll
his
tell you why
career
Kobe
that's
clears.
over
I'll tell you why
Magic?
Kobe
Well,
clears.
Steve
Go ahead,
Nash
Trail.
is
Go ahead,
not.
Trail.
All right,
Steve
cool. I'll tell you
Nash
why he
isn't
clears.
able to make the reads
So
that
Trail,
Magic
Trail,
does.
All
go.
right, yeah,
That nigga.
yeah.
Hey,
See, this
let
this
me
is
know
where
when
it
Guys,
is.
Magic
Chef, you
guys,
gotta
consistently
wait.
make it
Chef,
cross court reads,
guys
though.
like
Hold
Magic,
on,
Luka,
guys.
Chef,
LeBron,
guys,
and
wait.
Jokic
I want to
are
hear. I want to
able
hear.
to make reads that other guys can't
Yeah, 'cause
make
they big,
because of
taller
their height
players. Yeah.
and ability to
Bro,
pass.
I mean, I
that
agree with
nigga
that.
Magic ain't making no cross court reads, man.
What?
Magic
That might
That
be
All
nigga's
right,
not
so
crazy
making
for
cross
everybody.
court
Trail,
Magic,
what you
reads,
say
bro.
about
just like
Magic?
hold on, just like you gassing
That's
up this
crazy.
'08
Yo, does anyone
Kobe
here agree that
making
Magic doesn't create
I'll
cross
give.
court?
you
Hey,
gassing up
hey,
'08
hold
You
on.
Kobe
gassing up
against
I'm
Magic.
about to
You
go to some
gassing up
water.
That is
Magic pick and roll
crazy.
playmaking.
Yo, Trail, does
because
Magic does
he's
Magic
the
create
best pick and
cross
roll
court reads?
playmaker in the fucking league
Man,
for
bro,
years.
exactly, because there ain't that many niggas who's bro.
Kevin
Are
What
you
is
Johnson
his
was a
insane? Yo,
Kevin
this Chef. Come
Johnson,
on,
John
Chef.
Kevin
Stockton.
Johnson? That's the
Kevin, you
you
don't.
said
Kevin
you
Yo,
said
Johnson
you
was
don't
PNR.
know.
like
You
No, you
that,
said
nigga.
PNR. You said
Yo,
PNR.
come
You said
on.
Kevin
PNR.
I
Johnson
can't
I thought
was
you
believe you
running
said
the
said
post.
pick and
Magic
roll
cross
I
court
thought
tree
you
reads.
like
said
that.
no. I
Like
thought you said post. I thought you said post. My fault. My fault.
Come on. All right,
I
Trail.
was thinking
Trail.
Kevin
post playmaker.
Johnson was a 12
No,
assist
he
guy.
was. Yeah, he was. No, he can be the best PNR playmaker. Matter of fact, am I taking him over John
So
Stockton? I don't even know.
What is
I don't
Kobe
know if
the
I'm taking
best
him over
at?
John
Yeah,
Stockton.
all right,
What is
Trail.
Kobe the
What
best
is your
at
Well, we
reasoning?
throughout
keep
his
talking about
time in the
playmaking. We
league?
said Magic a better playmaker, but
Okay,
what
but he's
No,
else?
also a
he
better
is the better
rebounder and
playmaker,
offensive
but
Hey,
player.
what
that
else though?
All
that
right, so
that
listen, he's
playmaking
better
hat's not
offensively.
moving me,
He's
bro.
better
I'm sorry.
offensively.
Man,
He's
Kobe a
better
way
offensively.
better
Hold
scorer,
on.
bro. Like,
Here's
what are
the
you talking
thing
about?
about the playmaking.
Kobe is just a better scorer and
Kobe's
rebounder, bro.
probably a
I
top
mean, not rebounder,
25
defender.
playmaker, but Magic has double his efficiency RTS
Yes.
wise.
Yeah,
He's much more efficient at the line. He's much more efficient in transition.
at the
He's much
line.
more
Yes,
efficient
at the
as a
line.
scorer per
At the
possession
line, the gap is
basis
not that
and
wide.
per touch basis.
Yeah, I'm
Kobe
hearing
was
the
constantly
efficiency, but Kobe's giving me the
83%,
efficiency and the
84.
volume, and
What?
Well,
he just has the way, and he has
Magic
the
at
way
his
better
best.
scoring skill set,
Better
Magic
man.
three
in
point
his
shooter,
best
better mid
scoring
range
run
shooter.
is
That's it.
25
He's a
on
better
plus
scorer and
8, dog.
defender. We've given him that.
Magic is
And
25
Magic's
on
gonna be the better
plus 8.
playmaker. That's it.
And Magic's a better
Magic
rebounder.
is
Magic is
25
better
on plus 8
offensively
in
in general.
1990 against two top 5
That's
defenses.
what's up, man.
It's some of the best personnel in the
That's
world
what's
for
up,
him.
man. That's fire.
So look. All right.
That's fire. Not better as a scorer than 09 Kobe. That's comfortable.
So
09 Kobe ain't shit as a
Magic
scorer.
is not better offensively. I don't know.
09
Kobe
Kobe has
is
3
that shit.
series of plus 2 RTS, dog.
Kobe's
Yeah, and what's that volume speaking like?
08,
Kobe
What's that
clears
volume
09.
speaking like?
Kobe is a
Oh
better
yeah,
scorer.
We know
Oh,
we
it's
know
better.
gas
Yeah.
up 09
Yeah,
Kobe.
we know.
No,
No,
it
we
was better.
definitely
Oh, it was
always.
better.
We definitely know always better.
So Kobe is a
You want
better
a
scorer.
2010's
Magic
better
is a more
scorer than
efficient
09.
scorer. He's a better offensive
2010.
player.
Nah,
Like, you
2010 was.
you saying he more
No,
efficient
that
because
was.
he don't got
The
no
We leave
offense
20.
ain't even
He has
close.
higher than
We
Kobe in
leave
all
2010s
efficiency
out
Bro,
for a
percentages.
what?
reason.
Nigga say
because
he's
Kobe
better
taking
off.
way more shots and actually do more as
Nigga
a
say he's a
scorer,
more
bro. So what are you
efficient
talking about?
He's
Well,
a
offensive
Kobe's
scorer.
Kobe's shooting the highest volume
That don't
of
even
the
make. That
least
don't even make any
efficient shot
sense.
in league
That's
history
a dead
ever.
point.
And then like
The type of coverages this nigga seeing, like, bro, niggas ain't moved by that. Niggas got two niggas in the paint taking up this nigga spacing.
What
Of
the
course the
fuck?
nigga.
What
Of
the fuck
course the
you think
nigga.
Magic?
Okay,
What the fuck you think Magic spacing
bro,
was,
bro,
bro?
bro.
What the fuck you think Magic spacing
Man, that
was?
you talking about what do I think
Motherfuckers
Magic
lived on the
spacing
low
was?
block.
spacing was in 1970. What?
Hey, bro.
You said what? What you said? What year,
That nigga
Daniel?
dribbling with
Except
one hand,
Magic
my
could
nigga.
get out in the open court and produce efficient offense.
Kobe never.
Yeah,
So
cause
Kobe can't do
nigga,
that?
yeah, because he playing in some of the highest pace
In the league, my
So
nigga.
chef.
Because of him.
Congratulations.
All right, Johnny.
He is the high
What's up?
pace.
What's up, bro?
Nigga, that's the whole
Before
league.
Magic, that
That's the
shit was
whole
not
league.
like
That's
that.
not nigga. The
Do
70s
you
had some
agree
of the highest
Magic
pace
is
in
overall
basketball.
better in
What are
terms
you
of
talking
offensive
about?
impact?
Nigga, high
Offensive
pace been
impact.
existing
This
way
should be a
before
better
Magic
scoring
joined the
league.
league. What are you talking about,
If you
Russ?
compare the Lakers pace to other teams, it's a pretty big gap.
Hey, I had to see
And
that.
then Magic is leading his teams to the best offensive rating. They're also leading the league in field goal
Yeah,
percentage,
we'll go level
effective
personnel.
No,
That's
field
what's
goal.
up.
Magic better in terms of offensive impact.
He's leading the most
So,
efficient offenses by
Yeah, with
every
some of
metric
with,
in the
with
book.
some of the
06 Kobe, he
with some
carried
of the
some
best
bums. He
with some of
carried
the
them
best
that
offensive
bum ass team
personnel
to the
in the
playoffs, bro.
league at that time. That's what's
I
up.
understand it, but can you answer the question, Ronnie?
Larry
Is he
Bird
better?
had
Is
better
Magic the
offensive
overall better
personnel
offensive?
than Magic.
Is he overall better
Nah.
offensive impact?
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't
not the
know why
same,
people
bro.
gas up Magic's situation
Offensively,
like that.
like Curry, he's great offensively in terms of impact. Does Magic have overall better offensive impact than Kobe?
Man, offensive impact. Okay,
Absolutely.
bro.
Absolutely.
Shit.
So,
It ain't
dude,
even
so
close.
06, who else did Kobe have in 06, bro?
I don't know. His team was.
His team was
He
buns.
carried some fucking
Bomb.
bombs, bro. Come on now.
Well, I give him 06 and 07. He's a much better floor raiser,
Yeah,
but
they consistently
Magic just clears him as a
floor
ceiling
raising and
raiser.
ceiling raising Magic.
Magic is a way better ceiling raiser.
Wait, wasn't
Ceiling
it like
raiser.
Magic like floor like
If I
whatever?
don't ceiling raiser, he just I don't know,
So
bro.
I would say Magic is better overall offensively. I would say Magic has accomplished more in his career in terms of accolades. I would say Magic's also the better rebounder. So I want to know what's the argument for Kobe.
You
What
said
makes what makes him better
so
offensively?
you value guard rebounding. Okay, that's great.
What makes him better offensively
Yeah,
is that
Magic is 6'9". He ain't no damn.
he's a
bum.
6'9"
Rebound
point
is
guard
not rebound's not
that
moving
can
me,
push
bro.
the floor, and he's one of the best passers of all time. He's a 12 assist guy. He can score too, 22 points per game. That just makes him better
He's
offensively.
kind of like that in the
What
postseason.
the
He's more
fuck?
efficient. He's a
I
more
don't think
efficient as
that makes him
well.
better offensively.
You can tell him more
More
efficient
efficient
on
as well.
lower
More efficient
volume,
as
bro.
well.
Like not moving me, bro.
He's better efficiency as a scorer. He's a better playmaker. He's better in transition. He's a better rebounder. He did more in his career in terms of accolades. I don't know what's the argument.
Like you talking about in transition, like Kobe can't. Okay, bro. Whatever,
It's
bro.
not better than Magic. You can't say transition Kobe's better than Magic.
Yeah, I mean, that scoring gap is pretty much of a clear.
Yeah, it's like
Just,
this.
I would give him scoring.
I don't know why we keep.
Ain't nothing
I
Kobe
think-
can't do on the basketball court.
That
That's a fact,
playmaking
bro.
gap's not just moving me to where I just say he's
It's
better
not.
That playmaking gap
offensively.
is way bigger than the scoring
Sorry.
gap. Way
That
bigger.
No,
playmaking.
it's
What
not.
the
No,
fuck?
Kobe
it's
even a
not.
better
fuck?
post. Kobe a
No,
better
I'm
post
done.
scorer too.
No, I'm
Than
done.
Magic.
Yo, Kobe's a career 4 assist guy. Magic averages 12 assists.
All
Niggas
right,
said,
bro.
see,
Okay,
niggas, that's
Kobe
what I be
average.
saying, man. Niggas want to go off of assists and
You ain't
coincide
talking about
with
point
playmaking,
generator
man.
and shit.
That's one of
So
the
I be talking about.
So
All
you're
right,
telling me
Yeah,
so
I-
you're
I-
telling
I
me, so
think-
you're telling me John Stockton's
Yeah.
the top 5 playmaker ever,
Right.
right?
I forget
Hello?
people do think like that, but
Hey,
that assist shit.
hey,
I be
hey,
forgetting.
Hey, Damien.
Yo.
Say it, bro. Come on, say it.
No, you have to answer the question though. You would think John Stockton
Hey,
is
is
a
John
top five
Stockton the top
playmaker
5
lock.
playmaker ever to you?
No, I don't think John Stockton can score at the level of Magic.
No, I said playmaker.
He's a playmaker, brother.
Yes, playmaking is also scoring in terms of scoring.
Oh,
That's-
but look
that's
at his
exactly.
assist numbers.
His assist numbers are still lower than Magic's. Or you are.
The average is like
Stockton was
in there
getting.
most.
Magic averages.
I mean, Magic
11
better,
Magic
of
averages
course.
11 for his career.
Yeah,
11.6.
Stockton was
pretty
getting
sure-
it.
I'm
In
pretty sure
89,
John
he was like
Stockton's
17
right
and
there,
12,
bro.
17 and 14. Come on,
I'm
now.
pretty sure John Stockton's literally right there, gang.
He's up there, but it's not at that extent. And Magic's a way better scorer. Magic's 6'9".
It is at that.
Magic.
Nigga, it's in the same. Nigga, their assist
You know,
numbers are
Stockton
literally
played
in
till he
the
was
same
39
tiers.
too.
Yo,
So
I
his
gotta-
career stats gonna be
I actually
lower.
have
Bro,
to-
of course.
I actually
Like,
go.
put
Hey,
some
I
context, bro.
I actually have to go in a little bit, but I'm just saying, like,
Magic, you know, Magic
Ma-
retired in 91 in his prime, right?
yeah, he
Magic-
retired in his
and
prime.
Stockton played a lot of years as an old man. You got to put that in consideration too, bro.
Yeah, but how does that make him a better
Longevity.
playmaker?
I'm saying that make your career stats go down. That's a fact, bro.
This nigga Magic letting Norm Nixon outscore him in the finals.
That's why I think
man,
Magic's
be a
one of the
better
biggest
playmaker.
one is because like.
No, Magic
Hey,
better.
bring
than
up
Stockton.
that
Magic better. I'm
bring
just
up
saying.
that
I gotta
efficiency.
bounce.
Bring up that efficiency.
Getting outscored and getting out playmaking 82
Kobe was
times.
The
But
quality, the quality
Kobe above me.
shit.
Yeah,
But this
Nah,
nigga,
no.
Hold
this
up.
nigga
The
just
qual-
lot, bro.
the
This-
quality
bro,
is
of
shit.
course he'll
but
leave, but this nigga
this
just
is
lied.
Magic Johnson doing a post spin.
Nigga, John Stockton also
getting a wide
averages 11
open
assists
look.
for his career. What the
But
fuck?
then all
Russ.
all five Suns players looked down and collapsed
Yeah,
on
that's,
them.
yeah,
I can find some
that's a
Kobe
very-
clip. I
that's
can
a
find some
very
Kobe
rare
clips like this
occurrence,
too.
I ain't gonna lie.
Here's
a very
another
rare-
one. Here's
that's a
another
very
one.
rare
You can see,
occurrence,
you
man.
can
Hey,
see
Burner.
four Suns defenders around Magic
Kobe was
Johnson.
facing this in
That's what's
2008
up.
constantly, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
And then
This
here
is
we
one-
got it again. Magic on a hook shot.
So
Look at
Russ
this hook
Burner, you
shot.
would say he was seeing consistent. He had consistent gravity throughout his career.
No, when he's in the half court, when he started becoming
That's
a
what I'm
half court
talking about.
operator
I mean, he
in
was becoming.
'87. 86,
Nah,
87
he went. His
years.
gravity wasn't insane.
And after 87, I'll give you 90 for sure. I'll give you 90 and 91. But
Late 80s, that nigga
was not seeing that insane gravity like that, bro.
No, not in the 80s.
When did the Lakers and the Rockets?
Not till
But that's
89.
but Russ, that's his peak.
Well, his peak is probably 1990 for me or 87. And I would take, but I
Come
would
on,
take,
Russ. Come
I would
on.
take,
1990 was a elite year.
I would
1990
take
was
both
elite.
of those years comfortably, and I mean comfortably over any Kobe year offensively. Comfortably, like
Man,
a
06
decent
clears,
sized
man.
gap.
06 clears all
That
that.
BS.
Like if someone said
People
Dirk,
forget about
if
03 too.
if someone said Dirk was a better offensive player than Kobe, I wouldn't even call him crazy.
Yeah, you're nasty. You know dang well that
I
nigga
wouldn't
Dirk
even
is not
call him
touchable.
crazy
That is crazy.
because Kobe Bryant
Nigga
is
Dirk,
shooting
nigga
the
Dirk scoring, nigga Dirk scoring is nowhere. Dirk scoring is not that good.
Good enough to just say he just fucking
Dirk
Kobe.
scoring is more impactful than Kobe's.
Nah. Then we gotta talk
Talk about the playmaking, man.
All right, Kobe clears.
Well, Dirk
and nigga
Dirk.
nigga Dirk is seeing consistently elite spacing throughout
Well,
his
hold up,
career.
hold up.
What
Yo,
the-
does accolades matter to you guys or no?
Who's the
No.
best spacer? Who's the
Accolades
best
doesn't
spacer?
matter.
It's
So
not
who's the
heavy.
best
I'm not
spacer?
I don't
heavy on
understand your
accolades.
career. It doesn't matter. The
I'm not
MVP.
heavy.
It
I'm not
doesn't
heavy.
determine
I'm not
the
heavy on
best
accolades.
player.
It
Who's
determines
the
what
best-
you were able to accomplish
I
in
don't
your
care.
career. Yes, it does.
I'm not heavy on
So
accolades, bro.
Dirk's
Jokic might
the
not
best.
win MVP this
Dirk
year,
is the best
so
floor
I don't care about
spacer
accolades.
ever.
Bro, he had some of the best floor
so
spaces in the
He is
2000s.
the best floor spacer
No, I'm
ever.
saying him when
That
he's on.
space is there because
Russ,
of him,
Russ,
Chef.
Russ. I'm
That
saying,
space is
Can't go off
no,
only the
Russ,
eye
Russ.
test, bro.
I'm saying when he's
Because look,
on the
here's the reason
ball,
why you can't
he
go.
has
Chef,
some of the best floor spacing in the
you can't.
game.
No.
It's
Chef,
not even nothing to talk about.
You can't go
Hey,
off only
Chef, you see that
Mostly
accolades?
because of
Kobe
him.
wouldn't look amazing.
No, let's talk about
When he's
accolades.
on
Kobe
the
got
ball,
no.
how are you
Award
floor
L.
spacing when the ball is in your hands?
What's up, D-Nay?
Kobe got
Kobe's gonna get
12.
all
Kobe
the
got
credit.
Well,
12.
floor spacers usually
Kobe got
space
12
the
defensive
floor
teams.
off
So
the
you want
ball,
to back accolades?
No,
dumbass.
I'm talking
Warriors
about.
finished first round this
I
year.
clearly just said, nigga, you're not listening. When he's on the
We're chilling,
ball,
I
he
guess,
has some of the
man.
best floor spacing. You're not listening. That's
Yeah,
what I
he still
said.
did.
Rockets is 6.
He still did.
Yeah, this
Houston
nigga still
Rockets,
not
man.
understanding.
Knowing
Okay.
damn well
He
Curry
still put
owns the
Magic over
Rockets,
Kobe in
bro.
2025.
Dirk,
True
with
now.
or without the ball, is the best spacer in
I'm
league
not saying
history.
He still put
he's
Magic
not
over
the
Kobe
best
Bryant.
spacer in the
Crazy,
league.
bro.
I'm saying,
Not
nigga,
true.
we all
Not
know,
true.
especially when
That Holy
Dirk
Ocean
came
Kobe,
around
but
post
Kobe does
06
play
Dirk
that, man.
was
I'm not
on
gonna
ball
lie.
more as an on ball scorer. Nigga has some of the best floor spacing in the game. We're talking about he's a more effective scorer when this nigga's having some of the best. He's getting some of the best floor spacing in the game. Don't even make sense.
Well, you
When that
could
nigga
say
Kobe
that.
seeing
You could,
tougher, when that nigga
Chef.
Kobe seeing way tougher coverages, that nigga's he's still a better shot creator. He's still a better on ball scorer than this nigga Dirk. But you're gonna tell me he's more effective.
Who's a more effective shot creator?
Nigga say
Whose
he's a more effective.
Whose counters in game is more
Man,
effective?
I
Counters.
promise you, this nigga Kobe seeing consistent one-on-one looks, man.
Man, it'd be a whole different story with this nigga.
Yeah, Dirk is in
Dirk
elite
is shooting the
situations. I'm not gonna
same
hold you,
shots
man.
as Kobe
No,
in the
he's not.
mid range,
No, he's
but
not.
on way better efficiency.
He's not shooting the same shots.
Yes, he's shooting
not
the
shooting-
long mid. He's shooting the long middies and short
Yeah,
middies,
he's shooting the
just
same.
like
He's shooting
Kobe.
the same spots.
He's
but the
shooting
coverage,
tough fadeaways,
the
just
level
like
of coverages is
Kobe.
different, bro.
He's
We all
shooting
know that.
coverages are
over
different,
two,
though,
just
bro.
like
The
Kobe.
level of coverages is different, man. We know this, man.
Not in the post.
Okay,
Not inside
okay.
the
So
arc.
the only
I'm
credit I'm
talking about.
giving
I'm
this,
talking about in the mid range in general, not just
Dirk is
specifically
one
in
of
the
the
post.
most covered inside the arc guys ever.
What?
Yeah, bro.
I'm watching this man get ISOs every single time he posts up. What are you talking about, man?
No, he's not. Did you
Just
not watch
coverages
the
was not.
2011 Thunder series?
2011, bro. That's his best
that's-
playoff
Did you
run.
not
We're
that's
watch
talking
the
one of the only times
2011
you see him.
Thunder series?
The
That's one of
topic
the
is
only
the
times you see
2000s,
him.
though, bro. I'm watching this
oh
man
five oh
get
six,
Nigga,
oh
against
five
isolation
oh
plays every single
six,
time he
and
posts
then
nigga
up,
against the
11.
Heat, against the Suns in 06.
Well, a
Nigga,
lot of times it's because he's one-on-one with historic post defenders like KD
so
and fucking
So
Duncan.
Amari Stoudemire is
hold
an
on. What
historic post
historic
defender?
post? Yeah,
Amari
what historic post defenders
Stoudemire,
on the
Amari
Suns?
Stoudemire was actually a good post defender.
Yo,
It
you
was his,
gotta stop. You
it
gotta
was
stop.
his
Yo,
overall.
Oh,
nigga,
no. Amari
chill.
Stoudemire
You
be
got
good at
you
an
gotta
aspect
let
of
me
defense?
talk, dog.
Yo,
Y'all
What are
ain't
you doing,
letting
man?
motherfuckers speak.
You
Amari
trolling, bro.
Stoudemire be
How
good at an
y'all
aspect
gonna
of
wait,
defense.
what
how
Amari
y'all
like
gonna
6'9"?
bash
What
You're
my
Amari
being
Taylor
take
like
if you ain't
nasty.
6'9"?
gonna let me finish it?
You're being
What
nasty,
I was
bro.
gonna just like Cat is a good post defender, but in
Hmm.
general, he's a shitty defender, just like Amari Stoudemire was. Amari Stoudemire, as a man defender in the post, was actually pretty good. It was when he was asked to protect the rim and rotate
But
and roam
is he good
Okay,
enough
but
to
hold
be
on, hold
come
on,
up
hold on,
on
in
pick and
hold
roll.
on, Wardell, hold on, Wardell. But the difference in that series with Cat was guarding Jokic. He had Rudy Gobert's backline help, so it wasn't just Cat and Jokic one on
Well,
one
you
for the
have
majority of the
Sean Marion constantly
nigga.
digging
Sean,
down on the
bro,
nail.
nigga, he was
No,
not
it's
digging
Sean
down.
Marion.
Nigga,
Sean
Not
Dirk was
Sean.
Marion.
matter of fact, Dirk was more on the perimeter in the post in
Hey,
06 against the
hold on,
Suns.
Burner.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, Burner. Just real quick, because I think there's merit to the conversation that you having, but you're just making an awful conversation of it. No offense. What I'm saying,
What do
like,
you think he
well,
is?
how much credit offensively as a jump shooter do you give to Dirk being a 7-footer?
What?
Quite a bit.
Huh?
Because
How much?
his
How much?
spacing at his position relative to his era is one of the most valuable offensive
More
traits
valuable
ever.
offensive trait.
And more
One
valuable than
of
Steph
More
it
Curry.
is
valuable.
absolutely
Just hold
one
on
of
real
the
quick.
most
Just hold on real
valuable
quick.
offensive
I
traits.
got.
One of.
I just want to
So
ask two
shut
more
the. He's
questions, and
actually
I'll
a
let
better
y'all rock.
spacer he's actually a better spacer than Steph Curry. So fuck out of here,
That's
Wardell.
that's not true,
That's
but
cap.
that's not
That's
true.
cap.
That's not true.
Yes, he
He's
Nah,
capping.
is
He's
no,
He's
because
trying
of
right now,
it's
because
not
bro.
he's a
true.
big man.
He's
Uh,
capping.
He's a
I'm
big
adding
man
Dirk to
in
the
the
overrated list too. I'm
Stephen
2000s.
sorry.
Do you
Curry's
know
up.
how
No,
valuable
he's
that
the
is?
way better floor spacer than Dirk.
that's
I
not
don't
true.
know what
That's
you're
not true.
talking about.
But hold on. And now, how much level are you giving a 7-footer on being a 3-level scorer?
Quite a bit as well, because he could operate on the ball, off the ball. He could get to the rack, generate high volume of free
Receiving some of the
throws.
best situations of the 2000s on the ball, by the way. So
Okay,
Talking about situations, talking about Steph Curry.
Because it, but
I
what
could say
yeah,
that same
to
exact
answer
shit for
that
your
though,
boy Steph Curry. I could
yeah.
say that
No, you
same
can't.
shit
Not
for
outside the KD
LeBron,
no,
Warriors,
hold on,
same shit
time
especially
for
out,
no, not
Jordan,
outside the
same
KD
time
shit
out.
for
Warriors,
Let's not,
Magic.
especially not after
It's the
Jesus,
2020,
same shit for
especially not
everybody,
after
Jesus
Wardell.
2020.
Christ.
Not for only for certain years for Bron. Only
You can
certain
only use
years for
certain years for
Steph.
Curry
So
too.
Bron, hold up.
Only
Bron in
certain
his best offensive years, 2018,
09.
2017,
2018,
09.
2013.
Yeah, he didn't have elite spacing
That's
in
when he
2018
13.
is.
is a trash
He didn't have
situation.
elite
And
spacing in
2020
13. We're not
2017
It's
is
doing.
not
what
a
the hell are you
No,
trash
no,
talking
no, no,
about?
no, no, no,
situation
no.
for
Yo,
LeBron
Wardell,
ball.
shut up, bro. You making bro, you just yapping right now. God.
Get
No,
Wardell the
18,
fuck out
yeah,
of here.
17, he had elite spacing. 13, that nigga did not have elite
He
spacing.
had the
Oh
best
wait, oh
spacing
nine,
in hoops. In
13,
13, he didn't
13,
have the
he did
best
not, he did,
spacing.
no,
No,
In the
hell no.
he
2013, they didn't
absolutely
have
Oh
the
wait, wait,
best
that's the Mike.
spacing.
No, that's the Mike Miller. Mike
No,
Miller, Shane
not in
In
Battier,
13, that nigga,
Ray
2013,
Allen.
who's spacing the
that
floor
nigga did
better in
not have, that nigga
2013?
didn't have not elite spacing, bro. What the hell are we talking about, bro?
2013 is probably
That
some
is
of the best spacing
nasty.
ever
Hell
relative to
no.
era.
You're
Relative to
yapping.
era?
You're
You said
yapping.
Dude,
relative
the
to era.
You're
Miami
yapping.
Heat have like GOAT
You're
level
yapping.
spacing
They did
relative
not
to
have
era.
Hey,
goat.
Mike Miller
Why
elite
did not
shooter. I
have
ain't
no
gonna lie.
goat level spacing, my nigga? What are we talking about?
The Heat ran a 5-out motion offense,
They
spread
ran
pick
a
and roll.
5-out motion
A
offense, and this nigga
5-out
still
spread
seeing
pick and
tight
roll
double team
motion
coverages for
offense, which
LeBron
is
James.
LeBron James' bread and
This nigga
butter.
still seeing
They
tight.
had
This
Chris
nigga still
Bosh.
seeing tight coverages and still having a hard time getting to the rim at 13.
That's
Hey,
What
because
are we
he's
doing?
LeBron James. No one's questioning that.
Udonis Haslam was still a starter in 13.
Nigga, when we saying a guy has elite
No, I
spacing on
get
the
that.
floor, we think it.
Haslam was one of the
Hold on.
best mid-range shooters in the
Yo,
game,
stop,
too.
You're trolling.
That's
You're trolling. Yo,
crazy.
stop, stop, stop,
They did
stop,
have
stop,
Mike
stop,
Miller though. Mike Miller
stop,
shooter.
stop, stop, bro.
You had Mike Miller, Shane Battier,
Bro,
Ray
yes,
Allen,
he
Chris
had
Bosh, stretch
shooters.
five.
Ray
What
Allen
Curry
was
Just
not
say?
because
there
you
in
have
13.
shooters,
Mike
How many minutes did
Miller,
they give
Really
him?
wasn't.
How
just
many minutes did they give
Rashard
because
him?
you have shooters doesn't mean niggas is spacing the floor at a goat level or
Absolutely
elite
not.
rate. I don't
They
know what
were
you don't
spacing
understand.
the
No, they
floor.
weren't. Gang, they
Compared to
Just
the
weren't.
maybe
80s,
not for
maybe.
Yeah,
LeBron.
Compared to the 80s
that's
and
If we're
90s,
just talking
that's what
about
we're
for
absolutely,
talking. That's
LeBron,
what
no.
we're talking about, though, Russ. We're talking
we're
about that
talking about
specific
the
nigga.
team. We're
No,
talking
we're
about the
talking about
team, not just
him.
LeBron.
Yes, we are. What are you saying? You
The
saying these
team
niggas?
spacing
You
as
said
a
these niggas?
whole.
No, you're saying I said
No,
no
they
because we're
weren't.
talking about the team spacing for niggas like LeBron. You said niggas like LeBron, niggas like Steph. When we're talking about Dirk Nowitzki, when he's on the ball, that nigga's having some of the best spacing in the
So
game.
who
When he's on the ball, I
in
clearly stated
2000
that.
in 2011 in the Mavs starting lineup? Name me their elite spacers.
Hey man, you had my boy
Jason
the
Kidd,
Jet
Sean
Terry, man.
Marion, and Tyson Chandler. Fuck out of here.
But I didn't say
Historic.
just.
Jason
But
Kidd
hold on,
became a
I
good
didn't just
shooter
say.
at an older
But
My
age.
hold on,
fucking ass.
I didn't just say 20. Did I say 2011? He had elite spacing.
Well,
I don't.
2011's peak Dirk
I
in the
He
clearly.
just said throughout his
playoffs,
career because
dog.
That's
he
one of
started
his
off as
peaks.
shooting
That's
ass.
one of his peaks.
2011's when he's having some.
That's one of his peaks.
Hold
That's one
up,
of his
Jeff.
peaks.
Let me cook you real quick. 2011's actually when
No,
he's
said I just
having
cooked
some
you.
of his worst spacing as a whole, and he's having his
I
best
agree.
playoff run and probably a top 6 playoff scoring run ever.
That has
So
nothing to do
That's
with
not a top
spacing.
six
That's
going
not the.
on run. But anyways, but like yeah, that's cool. So one of his peak years, he didn't have elite spacing. I'll give you that. But majority, and even in some of his best years in his overall career, my nigga, he's having some of the best spacing in the game.
Yeah,
So
how
let's
about
not
this?
get that
is,
twisted.
yeah. I
Okay,
agree.
How
I
about
so
agree with
this?
yeah,
you.
because his
I ain't
best
never
his
disagreed with you,
his
dog.
truly peak overall years, he's having some of the best spacing in the game. That's my whole point.
Just
That's what
like
I've been
nearly
stating.
every player in league history. Like, I don't see what you're
No.
trying to prove here.
Nah, not for
Because
Kobe
hold
though.
up.
Because we're talking about Kobe.
Dirk
And
has showed his scoring can translate and rise in any situation, no matter who he's with.
only one time, my nigga. Come on, don't do that.
What do you mean one time?
Because you're gonna say he rose in the playoffs in 2011. Nigga did it one time, my nigga.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best
He also
players
Without
in
the
rose
elite
in
the
spacing.
Finals,
Without
NBA.
the
NBA
elite
He
Finals.
also rose
spacing.
in
Without
06.
the elite spacing.
Let
He only
me
did that
put
one time,
I'm
bro.
gonna put something
Yeah,
up on the big
Fluke
screen
year,
real
man.
quick.
We put up
Nah,
his
move.
efficiency in 2011.
Hey, Chef, I will
Look at
say
the
he
gas.
rose in 06. He rose in
Elite
06.
spacing.
I wouldn't say he had elite space in 06.
Oh, he definitely had elite spacing in 06.
06 Mavericks.
The coverage,
06.
bro. The things that they were, the things that the coverages that Dirk was seeing in the perimeter and on the low to mid post, he definitely had elite spacing. Definitely, for sure. Even with the San Antonio Spurs, I think it was still nigga even against the Spurs, and when nigga had like Michael Finley, niggas like floor spacing, like nigga Josh Howard was spacing the floor for this nigga. Jason Terry was still spacing the floor for this nigga. Niggas was singing single coverages for the majority of his possessions that when he was on the ball.
Yeah, but yeah, relative to
Sure.
era, I would give you that. But considering the overall spacing, I wouldn't say it was elite spacing in 06.
But we
I
talking about,
definitely
and we
was.
compare him to Kobe. Like when is Kobe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
because I
I'm
don't think
saying
Kobe had elite.
So
because
to get back,
I'm not denying that obviously majority of the players, the majority of the great scorers that we see have elite spacing. But once again, we're talking about Kobe Bryant and Dirk Nowitzki as scorers, and niggas is saying he's more effective because he's just simply more efficient. But majority of his career offensively, he's in a better situation, and he's
Well,
able
his
to
play
provide
style also makes it easier to build that
his
situation
play
around
style.
him.
I mean, I
His
agree with
play
that. I do agree
style.
with that, Burner. I do.
So you
I
think
do agree with that.
it's easier to build around Kobe Bryant offensively than it is Dirk?
Bro.
Who do you think's
Probably
more
not. Probably not.
portable? Who do you
But I
think's
mean,
more
better.
This is why I
portable
think's more affordable. This is
and
why
can
this
play
and this is why
who
niggas gotta stop harping on this portability, man. This is what I be
well
trying to tell niggas, man.
being able to play and impact winning in different systems and among
Different
different
systems.
paths is pretty valuable.
That nigga won in the same system he had when he was with Steve Nash. I'm not moved by that, bro. We're not doing that, bro.
So what
And
when
the only difference with the Mavs from the 06, where I would say pre 2006 and 2011 was their defense was way better than what it was. You had a legit POA, you had a legit rim protector in Tyson Chandler, my nigga. That's why they were successful in that system.
that Laker
Versus
Kobe Bryant's
elite
defense was clear of Dirk's. Clear.
You said what? No,
Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant's
you talking
team
about when he's winning
defense.
championships? Yeah.
You can go to that.
No, I
2000
agree.
Lakers,
No, I
2000
agree.
Lakers, 2001
Yeah, I
Lakers, 2008 Lakers,
Yeah.
2009 Lakers, 2010
But
Lakers.
once again,
Even I think in 06 they were a
you're
good
saying he's
defense.
winning. You're saying he's winning in these vastly different situations when the only difference is their defense was more emphasized in 2011 than what it was in the 2000s. That's the only main difference, and that's not because
And
of Dirk.
Dirk is supercharging that defense, allowing them to run
Yeah, you're
defensively.
trolling.
supercharging
He's
deep.
trolling.
Dirk
Just
and
because
supercharging
he's
defense.
allowing them to run defensively slanted
This nigga
lineups.
Russ just be chatting a lot, bro.
What the fuck are you talking
Nigga
about?
said he's
Anything
It's
in
the same
defense
thing
is
with
Dirk
Shea
never been
this
said.
year.
Anything
Shea
in
this
Dirk
year
defense should never be
supercharges the
said.
Thunder defense.
We gotta stop, bro. That
Do
Yo,
y'all
nigga
know what
Dirk's
it
not
means to
supercharging it.
supercharge a
Bro,
defense?
you just be throwing terms out there half the time, bro. That you gotta
So
stop
Hey,
so
doing
let me use this. Let me use it as an example. Shea this year. Shea this year with his historic shot creation and efficiency, and the fact that he doesn't need a secondary creator and no one to do anything for him, it allows the Thunder to run defensively slanted lineups around him, and overall it elevates the team's defense
Nigga,
because
they're doing
Shea
that. They're doing that whether that nigga's there or not there. It
and
does not matter.
that's a large reason why Jason Terry's coming off the fucking bench, because you're able to run defensively slanted lineups with Dirk on the floor and he's able to supercharge your defense's play.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
stop. The only time that
Hey,
Dirk and defense need to be mentioned is
all
I'm
I
when
not
know
he
is
talking
this.
hey,
about Dirk. I'm
hey,
not
He's
Dirk
not.
talking
He's
got
not
that.
talking
hold
about
up.
his defense. He's
I'm
not
not
talking about the
talking. I'm
defense.
talking about how Dirk's offensive game allowed the Mavericks to run defensively slanted lineups in 2011, just like Shea this year with the Thunder.
Hey, you better apply that to early year Braun then, man. We doing this, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Come on.
07 Braun has the same thing.
Niggas like Braun, niggas like Steph.
01 AAI.
07 Braun ain't have no one on offense. Them lineups
Exactly,
were
but
like
they
Yeah,
were able
but
to
what
run
that's
LeBron was
The
doing
only one that could really
offensively, he's
score was like
supercharging their
Gibson. It was
defense,
mainly
man.
jump
no,
shooting.
he's not like that. No, he's not.
Yeah,
but,
he is, bro.
but
Yeah,
That's
because he has
not the
playmaking
same. It's not the
responsibility.
same correlation at all.
The elite playmaking and the great scoring that he's displaying, he's able to let
In
guys run defensive
Absolutely.
2007,
setups.
in 2007 he's under league average in the regular season and postseason as a
It
scorer.
don't matter. It don't
And when
matter.
he's off, when
He's
he's
still
not
like
even
that as a playmaker.
when he's not even on the court, there's still a top elite defense. So
That's
I
cool.
mean,
So is the Thunder. Your point?
And so were the Mavericks. What are we talking about?
Your point? What the hell? Nigga, the Thunder defense ain't dropping off when Shea's gone.
That's just
well,
not
the
true.
Thunder have a historic defense.
Yeah, but no, he's
Outside,
supercharging that defense
he
though.
is. He makes them
Yeah,
even when he's on the floor.
he
That's why
makes
their
them even
defense is
better.
that good.
But
And
also,
when he's off the floor,
This
the
nigga's
defense still gets
hilarious.
worse.
Yeah, so they a GOAT level defense when he on the floor, right?
and my thing
The
is supercharging the defense and being a liability on it
This is
can't
nasty,
happen.
bro. This
Can't
nigga
happen.
Russ, bro.
But Dirk's offensive game makes him be less of a liability. If you get what I'm saying, if that
No, I
makes
get what
sense
you're
to you.
Yeah, when you're
saying.
able to get hit him more, yeah, of course.
I get what you're saying, and to a point, it's true. But then the negatives of Dirk on defense kind of cancel that shit out, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
You can hide it.
I'm
The
more
thing
so.
is,
I'm
the
about to say his
mass
defense
defense
was.
was so. The
Go
difference
ahead,
is
man.
the
My
mass
bad.
defense was so good. You can hide his defensive
And
flaws.
Yeah.
Kobe
To a
Bryant,
point,
He's
yeah.
still
Kobe
7
Bryant,
feet tall, so you can't
Kobe
be
Bryant
super
is a
liability
guy
with
who
7 feet.
No, but that's
supercharged
the hey, no,
defenses as
look.
well,
That's the
especially in
problem. He
08.
was 7 feet and still a liability. He was that bad. He was 7 foot and got naturally on defense what he would get by being 7 foot. Absolutely, but that's the thing. It still canceled that out, and he was still a negative on defense.
No, I
Oh,
feel you. I
what's
do feel
good,
like it's
Natty?
overblown. I guess I think you can still hide it, like he said. But I see what you're saying, though, Dorian. I'm saying it's hard to really be a super liability 7 feet in the post. I don't know, bro. Like he's
That
still at
boy
the end of the day, that
Natty,
nigga's still
man.
7 feet tall.
He wasn't much of a liability with Chandler on his back line.
Yeah, because he was able to be.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
he
Tyson
had
Chandler, bro.
Chandler.
I forgot about Tyson Chandler, bro.
When you got those pieces around you, yeah, it's hard to
100%.
exploit you. When you're a
Well,
negative on
that's the
defense.
point. That's the point
That's
of
why
a
Cat had
team.
the year defensively
That's the
that he had
point
with
of a
Rudy
team,
Gobert
Chef.
behind.
That's all
You
I'm
gotta
saying, bro.
I ain't gonna lie,
maximize your
Burner. Hey,
stars.
Burner, I ain't
That's
gonna
the
lie.
No, I
point.
agree.
I value scoring more. I don't know. That's just me, though. I value scoring more sometimes than, like, I mean, just somebody that, he elite playmaker, but Kobe's still a great playmaker and a great scorer. I just feel like
He's still
I
one of the
value
10 best
scoring more.
playmakers in
That's
the
just me,
game,
though.
man.
Now, real quick, can we go
Still
back to those
comfortably the
pictures
better
that you had?
scorer
Because I wasn't up here for that.
and a way better floor raiser. And seeing better coverages throughout his career,
Can we
especially
go
in his
back?
peak and prime.
Can
But
we
would
go
you
back to
say
those
the way
pictures you had
Dirk
of Magic
operates makes it
Burner?
harder to send,
Hey,
hard doubles
Natty,
now?
tell this motherfucker he's chatting about Dirk.
No, you're
I'm not gonna
chatting.
defend
You're
Niggas
Dirk.
talking
chatting
about
about
super.
this.
Now you
Niggas
talking
talking
about
about
he gonna defend Dirk?
supercharging, nigga.
I love
Yeah, but
Dirk. I love
it's
Dirk.
Is
true
that
though.
fucking
Like Dirk
crazy
does
to
do that
say?
though.
Hey, Natty, you better. Hey,
Dirk the
boy,
man.
I better not hear y'all niggas start using supercharged terms from here on out, bro. Cause this is insane, bro. Y'all niggas be making up new terms every single day, my boy. I
It
promise you.
ain't a new
But
term. I
it's a
think
thing that
you're
happens.
just
I mean,
lacking on the
No,
lingo, dog.
nah, gang.
You behind on the times, chef.
Yeah,
Nah,
well,
bro. This ain't a new time, bro, with that, bro.
but that's the problem is that we're talking about it like not every dude who's a I wouldn't even say elite, just above average score can do the same thing for their
Well,
team.
not every guy's scoring can have the same impact in any situation they're in.
No,
They
not that's
can't.
not what we're
Yeah,
saying.
that's true. That's
That's
true.
not what I'm saying.
Dirk, guys like Dirk, their
Mm-hmm.
scoring is going to bring that same value, no matter the spot or situation they're in,
Bro,
because
that's
he's an
cap.
off ball. He's an off ball scorer.
Dirk.
He spaces the floor at a historic level. He's also one of the best shot creators, best post scorers ever. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean he
and a
is.
guy like Kobe, who also can supercharge the defense, like we've seen him do in 08 to 2010, mainly.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys whose scoring can translate in any situation and elevate a team on both ends, like a Kobe, like a prime Braun, not
Mm-hmm.
pre 09 Braun, fuck no, but
Oh, because what
prime
like
Braun
jumpsuit you
09
saying? That's
on,
why.
Kobe
I'm just
Bryant,
dropping too much.
guys whose scoring can translate no matter the situation they're in.
What
There's
about
not many
KD?
guys who
I don't
can
even fuck
say
with
that.
KD, but
P Diddy. What are we
no
talking
KD. I said
Okay.
KD fool.
I mean, but
Just like
that's what we're
Kevin
saying.
Durant. Let me use Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's a good example. I think.
Outside Golden State, like before he went to Golden State in
Love hate
Oklahoma,
relationship.
before he went to Golden State in Oklahoma City,
Mm-hmm.
his efficiency, I mean, that shit would drop off a cliff in the playoffs because he's not able to sustain his jump shooting and his scoring ability against those tight
Hey,
coverages and tight
hey,
personnel
man, when you
Only
got,
without spacing.
only dropped
hey,
when Russ
man,
got injured.
hey, that's probably some of the worst
KD
faces we've
dropped in
seen, man.
2010, 2011, 2013, 2014,
Damn.
and 2016.
Damn.
Nigga got Russell Westbrook and Andre
Well,
Roberson
Remember that
and
year?
Thabo Sefolosha.
Remember that year they played the
That's some
Grizzlies?
floor
guy
Damn,
spacers,
bro.
creating
man.
advantages for everybody
It
else.
dropped.
but
It dropped
like
And
some.
that
Russell
nigga don't
Westbrook is
provide
the guy
no
opening
spacing.
up the
the
offense.
thing
It
with
Yeah,
dropped.
like
when he's
Russell
on the ball,
Westbrook is the
yeah.
guy
But he's
breaking
not a
down
floor
the
spacer.
defense.
Me and
Yeah,
that nigga.
when he's
Me
on
and
the
that nigga.
ball, yeah, but he's not
What
a
I
floor
what I
spacer.
Russell
what I
Westbrook was never off the ball them years.
But
Never.
I didn't say that. I said when he's on the ball, yeah, he's creating
He's
advantages for
always on the
niggas
ball. He was
in the
never off
interior,
the
man.
ball.
But the perimeter, man, hey, how
Hey,
many
look,
times?
yeah,
Hey,
but
In
like
the
Russ, how
pick
the
many
and
thing
roll
times?
on
is,
the
Hey,
perimeter, you gotta guard
me and KD
Russ.
got a love hate
You
relationship.
gotta guard
Y'all,
Russ on the
y'all know
perimeter
that,
in the
bro.
No, I
pick and
respect him
roll.
as a
you got
player.
but
Since he be acting
the
like a
got
thing I
hoe.
Russell
He just
think
be acting
Westbrook
like a
and
hoe to me,
Thabo
bro.
Sefolosha as good floor spacers, man.
Thabo Sefolosha was a great spacer, dog.
Can we?
He's like
No.
one of the best
I mean,
shooters in Thunder
Hey, bro,
history.
he was better than Roberson, but Jesus, no. I mean,
Tabo could
yo,
actually
Yeah, he was
shoot,
better.
dog.
this nigga
but
Russ a
like
troll, man.
Tabo would
Russ, I
not get
think
left
I'm
open.
I
serious.
think the Thunder, for example,
No,
are a great
this is
example of the supercharging shit that you don't want to hear. But it's like the Andre Roberson couldn't play as much minutes because he was such a he was bad on offense. And then with Shea, for example, you could run more KG lineups with him in the rotation because of how secure his handle is. So he'd be supercharging the defense in that.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
gonna allow Roberson to give like you put a Kobe Bryant on that team, a guy who's a very, very strong on-ball self-creator. It's gonna allow Roberson to be less of a negative on offense because Kobe Bryant can take over his load himself.
yeah, it's like
Damn.
an example I thought of.
Yeah, that's a good example. And that's like the biggest reason that Jason Terry did not start because they were trying to use Dirk's offensive ability to supercharge their defense throughout the year, especially in the playoffs.
okay.
So who's they started? It was Jason Kidd, Chandler, Dirk, Sean Marion, and who's the shooting guard? Josh Howard? Was it Josh Howard?
Jason Terry? I thought.
No, he said Terry came off the
I
bench.
can only remember like four
Terry's
people.
coming off the bench
Putting
majority.
up numbers though. Shooting.
It might be. Is it? I don't think Devin Harris is there. No,
No, Devin Harris was not.
he was
He was in
gone
the
before
He was in
that.
the
I think.
06.
Even
I
when he
think
was
on
there,
the
he was
06
a point
team.
guard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
I forgot Dirk went to the finals in 06 too. I forgot about that.
And he was frying before the finals.
He was Friday.
Haslam used to
Well,
give him
Dirk elite,
problems
man. Dirk
though.
elite. Can't deny that.
Haslam gave him problems both years they matched
All
up.
right, all right. The whole reason I requested to come up here was to address Burner's pictures that he pulled up with Magic, and my thing is, you were showing pictures of Magic with the ball on the box with no defender between him and the basket. Of course, he's going to have the attention of all five defenders.
What?
Bro, that nigga was. I don't even.
Well,
The
I just
pictures,
showed
the
a
pictures that he showed
screenshot. It was
specifically.
hold up. Here's
I
what
think that's
happened in that
spaced out,
play.
man. I ain't gonna
Here's
lie.
what happened in that play. Magic Johnson got the ball in the high post. He backed it down. And then he hit a drop step or a spin move to the block. And then that's when we seen the guys rotating. And then he ended up making a wide open kick out pass to Byron Scott, who made the mid range. So in that play alone, he created like 3 or 4 wide open shots. He ended up probing and finding the most efficient look, which was Byron Scott in the mid range, even through 4 to 5 defenders in a jam packed paint. He was still able to make that read out to Byron Scott.
But that's not a read that Shaq hasn't made, that Hakeem hasn't made, that anybody who's a post player and hits a drop step and wins that matchup.
Sure, but Magic Johnson, that's not Magic Johnson's only form of creation.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But at the time,
I was just
specifically,
Chef was basically saying that Magic was nothing in the half court.
No, I didn't say that. That's
He
what
was
you. That's what you heard.
he was downplaying Magic's half court ability
No, I
so
said his
much.
half court. I said his
So
half court
much.
is not as strong for me to just say it's just like.
But
overrides
you gotta look
Kobe as an offensive
you
player.
gotta look relative to era.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. You talking
And
a long nigga. I don't do
Magic's
that relative to era,
transition
man.
playmaking relative to era is historic. Best
You know me,
transition playmaker
Russ,
ever.
you know me before today. I don't do relative to era, man. You know
But we
that.
got to look at Magic relative to his peers, relative to his league, and how the game was played
yeah,
at his
but that
time.
doesn't give him a boost. That
Yeah,
just
what
puts
the
him
game
on
was
par
played
with
a
the
little
guys
different. It was.
today.
But we've
I
seen
seen
Matt.
Newman play making at a higher rate.
Here's what I'm saying though. When Magic Johnson got older and the team, Kareem wasn't the same half court creator he was. Started getting old. We seen Magic Johnson taking over more and more of that half court responsibility, and the Lakers shifting over to more of a half court oriented offense, which is when we seen
That's a good point.
when the
That's a good
Lakers were in the half court more. That's actually when we seen their offense be at their best. From 86 to 90, that's when the Lakers offense is at its best. When Kareem is old and Magic is having his highest volume in the half court, that's when we see the Lakers offense at their best.
I ain't never denying. I ain't never denying his passing. I'm never. No, he wasn't a driving kick player. He wasn't a driving kick player like that. I'm not
No, he
denying
didn't.
the
He didn't
level of
drive.
No, he wasn't.
A
I'm
lot.
not saying
He
that.
played as a
Dwayne
connector. He played as a connector off the
he was.
ball.
He's an elite connector. One of the best connectors in the game.
He's probably a top
best
3
passers ever.
connector ever. But
Yeah.
and his volume connecting in the half court is very, very high.
No, it is.
It
is.
It
No,
is.
And
and
then
that's
he was actually a pretty good off ball shooter too from the mid range.
So what about
You
when
know
he
that
gets to,
nigga
like,
won't crate on the ball.
when he gets to like 90, when he's more advanced in the half court? Is that enough for you to like, put him over Kobe or one of those
Like
other, like, Harden?
as the era is progressing and changing, Magic is changing right with it, and he's leading better offenses as the era is changing and becoming more half court oriented.
Nadi, I would have to go look back and see how consistent the gravity is throughout 90 and 91 for Magic for me to actually give you a full assessment on that.
Yeah, let me know.
my thing with Magic is that once you get away from 7 feet out from the basket as a shooter or as a scorer, he drops off of a cliff, in my opinion.
Well, that's why he's in transition so much, Dorian, because he's creating the most efficient shot in
No,
basketball.
but we're arguing
transition
half court
layup.
sets.
But I don't think they really
had
had the like schemes to like force him in half court possessions in the 80s. Bro. It's like it's
If you
really
can't
hard
force
tax
someone
me
to
for
play
him.
in the half court, why play in the half court?
Well,
If you're not
Here's what I
force this
I was
nigga, bro.
watching. Here's what I was seeing. The Lakers, when an opposing team would score, the Lakers would take the ball out, right? Even in a half court setting, they would go in transition off an inbounds pass off a make. Magic Johnson would catch that ball and instantly go run down the court full speed. So
Yeah,
even
but
when they
that's not a
tried to
reason
make
to
him
take
go to
him
the
over
half
Kobe
court,
as a
he
scorer.
would still force his way in the transition, force quick creations while the defense is not
No, he didn't
set,
say Magic was
and
a better
get the
scorer.
easiest baskets that you can
Oh, okay,
possibly
okay, okay.
create.
And I came in late, but that seemed like what the conversation was. So if
I
that's what
mean,
the
he
conversation was,
valued raising
my bad.
teams' offenses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's elite. That's elite.
Fucking need some batteries. My Xbox controller
I don't
died.
know because my thing with Magic is
Niggas still
what
got
you're
a
saying.
Xbox in the 2025, man. Come on.
We're
And
not doing console wars, man. Come on.
I
my,
said
my
I'm
thing with
doing
Magic,
console wars. It's time to get that PC game.
Yeah, I think. No.
So Burner, where you got Magic ranked and we got Kobe ranked? Oh, Burner, where you got Magic ranked and Kobe?
I
I
think
think he's
he
doing
said he
something
had to
right
go
now.
do something. Yeah.
Oh,
Magic
okay.
not top 10.
It's my TV remote.
I think he might be staying.
She's not
The
top
way
10.
Burner breaking it down, I ain't gonna lie, but I still don't
No,
think he's better than Kobe. But still, like,
he's not. Hold on, I'll be right back on.
Man, niggas is giving me a 2-year sample size, but that nigga Gravity was like that, man. Nah, move.
Oh, if we're talking, I just thought we were talking about peaks, offensive peaks.
if we're
and if you
talking
think
No,
peaks,
peaks in
'09,
peaks in general, from an overall standpoint.
so now if you think '09 is against the Nuggets or Natty a resilient series or no?
No, not the Nuggets, nah.
Yeah, they ain't had nobody that can guard Kobe. Kobe was cooking
Hell
their ass.
yeah, when you
That's not
scout
enough. That's
Magic,
not
you
enough.
scout
I feel
Magic.
you.
This is what it is. Because
Might be
I
for the
mean,
best.
if we're doing peaks like that, I'm not sure I'm taking Magic over Jokic. To be real with you, if we're just talking peaks.
Oh yeah, I'd take Jokic
Cook.
easily, but I'm not.
Cook.
And the more that I say that, the more I'm like, nah, it's clearly Jokic. Because he's still
Yeah,
a
man.
three-level
You think
scorer.
it's
He's
clearly?
still a three-level scorer, and he can play make with the best of them. Magic's still better, but he
Yeah.
can play make with the best of them.
The skill set.
Yeah, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
he's clearly a better post player than Magic, none to talk about.
Yeah,
Who is?
Jokic.
Jokic, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Russ, where you got Russell Westbrook as a playmaker?
Around like 6.
That's valid.
Dang, I thought you have him higher.
I lean him more towards 5 though.
Well, my thing is the moment you start looking at Magic versus other niggas his size, his value kind of depletes rather quickly. When you look at
LeBron and
other
Jokic, that's about it. Right?
well, no, I'm just saying as a whole. Like you look
Okay.
at other 6'9" guys playmaking. I mean, like obviously, once you start comparing him to LeBron, there's no conversation unless I'm bugging. So I guess I'm not bugging. Cool.
No, you're not. I think what Neff said about '09, '10, it's just like if you're gonna say somebody was better because they won a championship, then that's all I was saying. Like I just think when I watched them play, I think LeBron had some flaws as far as like shooting 07 for me to put him over Kobe, but '09 he definitely got it.
Wait, so
'09 LeBron
Kobe didn't have
even though
flaws in
Kobe-
Kobe didn't have flaws in 2010 when he shot under like 20% from the field in Game 7.
I said LeBron was better in 2010.
But I'm saying you're mentioning LeBron's flaws in playoff series.
Well,
Kobe had more.
the context on that is that '07 Bron with those Cavs should never have been in the finals to begin with. That's the context there.
Yeah.
Well, my context is Kobe had to play the Suns. He think the Cavs was not
Well,
going to
Johnny, are you arguing Bron over Kobe? I mean Kobe over Bron.
No, I got Bron over Kobe all time, of course.
Okay, so why
But saying Kobe was never the best player is just like, come on, bro. Like
Kobe was never? So I'd say this from 06. Okay, so Kobe
you-
wasn't.
so- oh, go ahead,
We
go
can
ahead,
agree.
go ahead.
We can agree that Kobe wasn't the best player until like 05, right?
Like
No,
arguably.
fact. I didn't put him over. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
got him over Duncan or KG or Shaq. I'm talking about KG for 1 year for 04. I got Duncan for 03.
Yeah.
And Kobe was
So
good in 03, but he did have. I mean, Shaq had so much gravity that I can't put him over Duncan in 03.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So like
Yeah.
you'd say it'd have to be like from like 07 to 2010 where he'd be the best player.
No. I said LeBron got 09 and 10. I just think like
No, like what year was he the best player, Kobe?
07, 08, and I think 06 got an argument, but Wade defense was crazy in 06. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wade was like
I would say 05 Kobe.
No, I can't put
06
him.
I can't put him on
No,
five. No.
even though he missed some
no.
games, even though he missed 16 games, I still can't. If you didn't make the playoff, I can't put you the best player, bro.
I'd say I would arguably say that 08 is still LeBron. LeBron averaged more points. He averaged more rebounds. He averaged more assists. He did better defensively.
You said
I can confidently say, and I don't like
That's
living
08.
off the whole "I was there" thing, but it was not a conversation in 08 actively. It was not. It was Kobe still.
Yeah, but I know it was Kobe still because a lot of people like LeBron was younger, but LeBron also shot better from the field as well. If you look at all the stats, LeBron performed better that year.
I can argue if you're on a
But
worse
Memphis
team,
talking about the
you
playoffs too,
perform better.
though. 08, 07.
Let me see what LeBron did in the playoffs in 08.
Yeah, because I can argue if you're on a worse team, that just automatically makes you that bloats your
I
numbers a
think
little bit.
You said,
no,
what
LeBron.
happened in 08? They lost to the Celtics. Celtics was tough, though. I ain't gonna punish them for that. Celtics was tough as
Yeah,
fuck.
08 they were good.
I ain't gonna lie.
08
They was knocking everybody.
08 the Cavs were good.
Yeah, they won 50 games.
So
Yeah.
They won 50 games.
But he like narrative wise,
Mm-hmm.
like it was relatively close to the same team that he had the year prior, right, when he went to the finals. And my whole thing is he should have never have been there with that team specifically. It's just LeBron had a hell of a 2-game stint against the Pistons to close that series out. And
their defense was elite, bro. People just be underrating that defense.
And
and
like
the
I
defense,
said,
the defense was good.
Bron in 07, 08 in the playoffs, that nigga was like he was a negative efficiency.
So I
Like
wouldn't say he was like negative efficiency. He wasn't that good efficiency that year.
52 true shooting is a negative.
He wasn't good.
That's
But as a player, okay, so Kobe's been negative efficiency multiple seasons, so we can bring that up as well. But I'm saying
not that. That's not. Once again,
in 08,
that's what we're trying to get to, and you bring up everything else when we're talking about one topic.
you can't talk about one topic. When I'm talking about like whatever, here's what I'm saying. In 08, Braun was better in the regular season, but Kobe I think performed better in the playoffs. So is that
Which
make
gap is
Kobe-
bigger? Which gap is bigger?
The playoffs was bigger.
Right, because Kobe still averaged 28. So it was like 28 to
Yeah,
30.
he averaged 28, but I think Braun averaged higher in everything. I'm pretty sure. So
He had two more. He averaged 2 more points than Kobe. Kobe getting
Yep, more
28 a
rebounds,
game,
more
and
assists, more
and
steals.
Kobe was more efficient than Bron in the regular
You
season.
talking about?
No,
wait.
he wasn't.
He was. It was
No,
56 to 57.
08,
Yes, he was.
so
In the
08,
regular season, yes. I
let
just
me
looked
tell
at
you,
it.
in the regular season, 08, Kobe was 46% from the field.
Bro, that's
LeBron,
oh
08
my
is 48%
gosh. Yo, I need you to go look up what true shooting is in basketball.
So does
I
field goal
mean, it's
percentage
a-
not matter to you? Like what you shoot from the field?
It's not the end
It
all.
matters.
be all.
It matters when I'm talking about your overall splits because I value splits as well, and I understand that. But when I'm talking about who's a more efficient scorer, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that.
Shooting percentage is a big impact on like free throws, and Braun is like not a big free throw.
It's your overall. It's overall splits. Your 3-point free throw, field goal, and it's
Yes,
the
I
rate.
know.
And it's the rate. Yeah, and it's the rate of scoring the basketball.
Yes, I understand that, but it still plays a factor. Like Braun is Kobe's a better free throw shooter than Braun, so it's gonna boost him up way more.
Not really, because if I'm weighing both of their careers, Bron is still far more efficient, even with Bron lacking free throw shooting, because at the rate that Bron is scoring throughout his career is better than Kobe's.
Braun shot. Kobe shot. The only thing Kobe shot higher than Braun that season. So Braun shot better from the field and 2-point shots. The only thing Kobe shot higher was 3-point percentage. These are 3 parts of.
Okay, that's what's up.
So and that's it. He shot better from 3-point and free throws, but Braun shot better from the field and 2-pointers.
So he had better splits and he was overall more efficient.
No, I think it's damn near even. Like Braun's better. From
That's
the field.
not even.
Better from the
How,
field and 2-pointers versus 3-pointers and free throws.
so once
Okay,
again,
one
like
got
I
better
just
outside, one
said,
got better inside. Okay.
yeah,
Exactly. So
he's a better
it's
he's
close.
better
It's
inside.
close.
He's better inside the paint. We
I'm saying it's
already
LeBron we talking
agree
about.
to that.
Yeah, LeBron the best ever.
Yeah, we already understand that. And then
And I'm
on
saying
top of
it's
that, like
okay.
I
So you
said,
can't
he's
take that away
overall
from
more
him.
efficient. I'm not nobody's taking it
I'm
away
talking.
from him.
I'm saying you guys literally just said Bron's the best ever, and now of course you'd be that. Like, you still have to add that as a
I mean,
fact.
I disagree
No,
with that.
I added
I
that
disagree
him
with that
being
too,
that, but once again, I'm still talking about just that specific year. And when I'm looking, and this applies to everybody. This just applies to this scenario. When I'm looking at efficiency, it matters about your splits, but it also matters at the rate that you're scoring the basketball and how you're doing that on an efficient rate. That's not even just an opinionated. That's a fact.
So
And
Bron
then
also.
when I'm also looking at, because yeah, you can say Bron was better in the regular season, even though he's not clearing him in the regular season. In the playoffs, it's a massive gap. Them as overall performers in the offs, it's
So
nothing to talk about.
Bron was also better Bron was better field goal, 2-point percentage, and effective field goal percentage, which takes into account field goals, 3-pointers, and 2-point shots. Effective field goal
In
percentage
the regular
in the
season,
regular season, yes.
yeah, and once
So
again,
I'm
I said
telling you,
I'd give you
I'm
Bron.
telling you,
I said I'd
Bron is
give you
still more
Bron is
efficient.
better in the regular season.
But you just
I'll
told
give
me
you that.
you just told me Kobe is more efficient than you. You just said that.
He is more efficient.
But I told you he's
Matter of
better
fact, what
field
is
goal,
so
2-pointers,
so
and
what is
effective field goals.
what is Kobe's? What is a Kobe's effective and what is Bron's?
I'm on Kobe. Kobe was 50.3 and Bron was 52.
52 exactly.
51.8. It's base 52. Kobe's 50.3, but it's 50. Same.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I'll round up too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But so I say Kobe was definitely better in the playoffs. Bron didn't perform as a level in the playoffs, but I think that Bron damn near gaps in almost everything in regular season.
But he's not gapping him as a player.
I mean, I feel like in the regular season he had better stats across the entire board. In the playoffs, Kobe was a better scorer, but he didn't rebound, pass, or defend at that level as Bron.
Playing in a
What
triangle
about
offense.
Bron?
He only played in a
No.
triangle offense, bro.
I think
No.
Kobe did better like in the playoffs, but he didn't rebound or pass better when
You
in the
talking
regular
about
Bro,
08?
because he's not dominating the ball.
He's 07, 08. Yes, yeah.
season. Yeah.
No, he playing in a triangle offense, bro. Like,
So now we got to ignore the stats just because Jordan played in a triangle offense. Jordan still averaged more rebounds and assists than Kobe ever
no,
did.
I'm talking about. No, before he played the triangle, Jordan was averaging 32, 8, and 8, bro. Some shit like that.
We said what, Natty?
Yeah, because
No, he said do the
just
same
real
with
quick. I'm just
MJ.
adding.
MJ is way better than Kobe.
I'm just adding that's disingenuous when Michael only played half his career in the triangle.
I know.
Like,
Okay.
his stats was way better, bro. Assist
MJ had
wise
a
and
few
rebound.
was in the
Before-
triangle.
Okay, we can't blame everything.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, yes, in the playoffs, I'm taking Kobe, but he doesn't clear on all statistics in terms of what he did.
He
Bron,
clears as a player. He clears as a player in all. So nothing to
how
talk
does he
about.
clear as a player? I want to how.
Because Kobe's still giving me elite playmaking throughout that playoff run, and he's still giving me way better scoring than what Bron was. He was like that's not even a conversation.
Bron's
When
giving
you
you better.
said Bron in
Bron's
the
giving you
series
better
before,
playmaking and better defense.
He's not that deep. That playmaker's not. Yeah, the playmaking's like that. I'm not going to dispute that. But once again, when you're still negative efficiency throughout that entire playoff run, I'm not really like weighing heavily on that.
I'm not saying Bron was
Not.
better. I'm not saying Bron was better in the playoffs. I'm saying
No, I'm saying Kobe's clearing him. That's what I'm saying.
clearing is
He's
a
clearing
stretch
him.
because-
He is.
But
How?
would you argue Bron is a better rebounder, passer, and a defender in that playoffs?
I don't
he
be doing
can
the
be that,
rebound
but he
like
can
that,
still
bro.
Yeah,
be
but
clear.
Okay, rebound and pass.
that's
Rebound
not
and
that's
the case,
not
he
that's
still
not
be
really how value works in basketball.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
not.
It doesn't. That's not how value works, really.
no, because when you just go to categories, bro, it's not really like it's not gonna tell you how much impact he's giving. You could argue
Well, it doesn't.
Kobe's
You're right.
This
It
is
doesn't tell
just
you-
much more valuable than LeBron's playmaking because LeBron's playmaking isn't what it was, in later years in terms of his floor reading, court mapping, whatever. It's like
So you're arguing
Is it
that.
that much
You're
of a
arguing
moving
that.
In that Pacific year, like Bron, I don't think Bron is truly just wiping Kobe as a playmaker
He's
in the
better.
playoffs, at
In
least.
the playoffs, he was
In the
better.
this is
playoffs.
probably
But he was
Kobe's
still better.
offensive
He was
peak.
still better.
Yes, it was,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
always,
I
I'm
gotta
not telling you
watch
that
more
Kobe
with
was a
Elway
better
Bron, but
playmaker
like,
that year. No.
and then his defense wasn't really at the like all time level he reached in 09, in my opinion.
That was a year before. It was still really good. It was
Yeah, but
09.
he took a quantum leap in defense in
Was
Yeah,
it?
he did.
09.
He took a
No, he
big,
did.
not like he
Yo,
wasn't.
Johnson.
Nah,
What's up?
he
What's
went
up,
from like
everybody on the panel?
elite to all
Good, bro.
to
Hold
just
on,
pure
Blue.
like top 5.
Yeah,
So,
and
so
Kobe was
Natty,
still a great on ball. Kobe
Natty,
was
do you
still a
think?
great defender in that time, bro.
Yeah, he was. Natty, do you think Kobe was a better playmaker in the playoffs?
Nah, I think LeBron was the better playmaker. Kobe's just, for me, in terms of performance too, he's just a much better scorer. But the first 3 rounds for Kobe are just insane, bro.
I'm not
Uh,
arguing
and
scoring.
then
Against
you
all
got
50 win teams, by the way, too.
Braun averaged 28, but I'm not arguing. Kobe averaged 2 points higher, but
he was
he's
like 32 on +7, if I'm not wrong, before the final.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
Hey,
a
I'm here from the comments. I just want to ask one question since I hear him talking about this. Is your name Damien?
yeah. What's up? Good.
So when you got LeBron on the court and he's averaging a triple double, let's say he got 28 points out of that triple double, right? And he's playing against the Lakers, and Kobe hits I can't say career high. Let's say the second option on the Lakers, whoever you want to pick, hits a career high of 48 points and whatever stats you want to give, and they won against LeBron. Who's the better player in that game? Who's the better player?
What did Kobe do?
No, I didn't say Kobe.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, my bad. You're talking about the second. Oh, bro.
Just and you can pick whoever it is. Who's the
48
better
points in the
player?
game winner or a triple double?
So he drops 48 in a game or 20 in a triple double.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about defensively?
and LeBron lost. Okay, if you want to do defensively, let's say the Lakers is shooting over 46%, and whatever team for LeBron was shooting about 42%.
So who was the better defender that series? That's what I'm asking.
So now you asking who's the better defender?
Yeah, because yeah.
Who's the
let's call
second
it off.
option then?
No, I'm between the second options. You're saying the dude scored more. Braun got more rebounds and assists. Who played better on the defensive side of the basketball?
Yeah, who was the better player?
But who played? I want to know. I need to know who played better defense.
They both averaged two steals
around
that
the same.
game.
I would probably give the guy that scored 48 because that's just way high scoring.
Right.
48.
Now
Yeah.
I get the value. I get the value of what you're talking about when it comes to being an efficient player and still bringing those stats to contribute to their team. But they're actually saying who had the bigger impact. That's what
I
Chef is
understand that.
saying.
But if Kobe averaged 48, I'm 100 giving Kobe 48. But Kobe averaged 2 more points than Braun.
And one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't.
So
he
you're
didn't-
giving
he
credit.
didn't win
You're
in
giving
08.
credit. You're
No, he
giving
didn't win
credit
in 08.
versus value. You're giving
He didn't
credit to
win in 08.
LeBron that he averaged a triple double because he's efficient. But the value is who won that game, who went the extra, who went. Kobe has. I don't want to make this a Kobe and Bron debate, but Kobe has more of a workload than LeBron ever has.
Workload?
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I ain't
That's
gonna
not
say
true.
But you see how a bad take. I can say that, and I can run with it and say, who was the second option? Paul Gasol.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the
It's
Shaq
still,
days.
no,
I'm
it's
talking
still
about
better
when
than
LeBron got
and,
there.
to Miami.
yeah. Who was LeBron's second option in 09?
You can't really say that Kobe had the higher workload when LeBron kind of did more.
Yeah,
don't
when Bron's the primary scorer, primary playmaker, the primary on and off ball defender on the Cavs,
Yeah.
and he's
He
the
had to really do
secondary rim
everything.
protector.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is like your argument, Barbie G, is like say you're saying you have to win, but when Braun in 2018 when he dropped 51 points, would like I don't know Curry be better than him because he won the game? I'll still say Braun.
Brown was definitely the best player in that.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of layers on when you look at impact and what
Yeah.
you're seeing what guys is doing. Like Damien, back to what you were saying. Like I agree. Like throughout his careers, especially when Braun, like when 06 came around, you could say Braun had more abilities overall. But from like those next 2 years on, like the level of performance, like especially when we're talking about from a playoff standpoint, it just wasn't his abilities wasn't matching up to the. I mean, his performance wasn't matching up to his abilities.
Yeah, I
That's why I
understand
can't
that.
say he's
My
better.
argument isn't that Braun is clearly better in 08. What I'm trying to say is that in 08, there's a legitimate argument between him and LeBron.
No, it's a con, bro. They're both in that tier. I
Exactly.
agree.
So that's my thing with Kobe is that there wasn't really a year where he's like, it's 100% Kobe. You know?
I mean, that's
No,
what happened. That's
I
what
think
happened when you got
07.
elite
I think
competition, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
had
happened.
elite competition. I
Yeah.
can't argue that. But like
unless you're
for
not valuing the playoffs that much, because like I said, Bron, like
Kobe came out.
the main reason why you would say like a guy like Bron is better than Kobe is
Holy
because
echo.
outside of their peaks in like prime, just in
Mhm.
that span,
yeah,
like
that's good.
08, 09, like you could say he's the better scorer, or it's very
Tony, you need to
probable,
leave.
especially when the playoffs and the level of performance is matching up. When Bron in 07 and 08, like the things that Kobe was doing, like that was his peak year offensively. Like he was still like that as a scorer. Like you just said, like Nadi just said, prior to him going to the finals against the Celtics, he was 32 on a +7.
Yeah.
That's GOAT level scoring. So he's just playing GOAT level scoring before he got to the finals. He's giving me his best playmaking years with the type of coverages that he's seeing, with the spacing that he has. And like, yeah, Bron's the better defender, but Kobe's still an elite guard defender.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I think Kobe could be better in 08. Like if you say Kobe's better in 08, I'm fine with that. What I'm saying is that these other like all-time greats have years where like it was no argument. You feel what I'm saying? And like Kobe,
I agree.
yeah, that's my only thing is like I feel like I have Kobe pretty high on my list. I just don't have him in that top 5 just for that reason. You know?
I agree.
Well,
I'm with you on that.
all I'll say to that statement specifically is that those two players themselves don't necessarily have years that compare to that in the playoffs. If that's what we're going on.
What do you mean? Who? What two players in? Kobe and Bron?
Kobe and Bron. Yeah. Like he just said that there's other all-time greats that don't have seasons that compare, and I was like, well, to be fair, they have seasons that don't compare to themselves for those seasons. Bron less as much than Kobe, but I'm just saying.
So you're saying Kobe doesn't have seasons that compare to his playoffs?
To the numbers that we're talking about, because we've said that that's peak Kobe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
08.
was it 07
I said 07 to 09. This is peak.
yeah, that's his peak. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just disputing the statement like that's something that has value. I'm like, that can't move me if we're talking about a peak player, because that same player themselves have seasons that don't compare to that season. So that would not be fair to say for people overall. Now, it's fair to say that there's other players that don't ever have a season that compare to that, because that's true. But to say that there's greats that don't have seasons compared to that is just that statement in
Wait,
itself.
who are you referring to when you say that?
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I'm saying what I'm saying is. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that I think there was years where Kobe was the best player. I just feel it wasn't like definitive like other greats in their best.
Like
years.
Jordan, LeBron.
Like the Jordans, the
Okay.
Kareem, LeBrons.
Yeah, I don't got him over those 3, but
and really from 2004 to 2010, I would agree with you. I think that's one of the main reasons I don't have Kobe top 5 is that you could go through and it was whoever was having the best season. There was nobody that
It was a lot of comp though.
clearly
It was a lot of
separated
comp.
themselves
It was a
from
lot of comp.
competition.
yeah, KG,
No, there
Duncan,
was a lot of
Shaq,
comp, and I get it.
LeBron, Wade.
Yeah, there was like he went against a lot of competition to be that, you know what I'm saying, best player. That's why it's tough. That's why I mean
I
that's
get
why
you. I get you. Just for me,
yeah.
but just for me individually, you have to be the best guy if we're gonna put them on. You have to be the best guy for an extended amount of time if we're gonna put them on the level of a Jordan or LeBron.
Yeah, the conversation originally was
That's-
Magic though. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
it was-
I just don't think
yeah,
Magic
we
was
was
ever
just-
better than Michael Jordan. That's just
Because Damian, well, a couple hours ago, he was asking, like, when was Kobe ever the best? And one of the statements I said was, I said it from 06 to end 07. I mean, not 06, 07, 08. That's what I meant.
Yeah, he could
I
be
said
like
Magic,
that's,
I strongly believe Magic. He never had a year being the best player.
I feel
Like,
like
never.
I feel like 87.
He
Magic
wasn't
was-
better. He wasn't better than Jordan.
87 was that the year 87 Magic averaged 24 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds.
You talking
shooting
about
52
87, 88, right?
No, 86, 87.
that's your Jordan with 37.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Y'all might look at it as
40,
egregious,
bro.
but I
Like
consider
52%. Come on, bro.
Jordan the
Stop.
best player from 86 on. I consider Jordan the best player in the league from
I gave
86.
Bird
I
86
agree.
because Jordan got hurt.
I say 86 to 92, and then I say 90. I say 96, 97. and
Would
that's
you
it.
argue 85? I'd also argue
85,
As a rookie?
for
85
Magic.
Jordan.
No.
For Magic. For
So
Magic.
you're not
Oh,
giving
Magic.
him 98 as well?
Bird. I got Bird.
Thought
I
you said
give
Malone was better.
I give Shaq 98.
You get
Yeah.
Shaq 98?
Yeah.
See.
Damn, Shaq was the best player
Okay.
for like 5-6 years.
Yeah, Shaq dominated for a while. Yeah.
98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002.
I think his peak
Oh,
started,
dude, Duncan.
but I don't know. I think I'd still give it to Jordan, but I mean that might be nostalgia, and I'll admit that.
Dang,
Yeah,
Shaq
I don't
was
know.
the
I feel
man.
like there was years where Jordan's team was really good, and like he wasn't winning. He just wasn't winning MVPs over Magic. Magic was performing in the playoffs a little better in terms of like 80, 89.
Not
A little
really. He
bit.
was just having more volume. Or not,
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
matter of
he
fact, he didn't even
was
have.
winning more. Yeah.
Well, 87, he didn't even. Yeah, 87 is where he only had more volume. But Jordan is still giving me GOAT level scoring series, especially like the Celtics, especially against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like
Yeah.
and then like I said, in the regular season in that year, like Jordan's actually clearing that man in the regular season. Not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
like
for
because
Magic, he
that was what
yeah, my fault.
was that his 37, 5 and 6 year?
I think that was 87. Yeah,
Yeah. I
87.
don't know what his true shooting was, but I know he shot 52.
That wasn't the year when he got the 10 triple doubles, was it?
No, that's
That was
89. That was
89.
89.
No,
That was
that was
89.
the next
okay.
year when he played point guard.
He
That
had
was the
33.
next
Yeah,
year.
Zero, he played point guard. Yeah.
33, 8, and 8, bro. That's just crazy, bro.
I mean, in 89, we can't
And then
argue
by the
how
time 89 come around,
we can't argue how good Magic was in 89.
89 come around, that's Jordan's peak.
Magic averaged 23, 13, and 8.
But I mean, it's just like the defense and the scoring is just clear, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Magic's not really that good of a defender. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
And
Jordan's giving me 33 on all-time great wing defense.
yeah.
Hey, so hey,
The
Damian,
only,
so I
the
get
only
what you're saying.
argument out here, and I believe, is Bird in 85. After that, I just
That's
don't.
who I was thinking about. I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
I got Bird in
Bird.
85 too. I got Bird in 85.
Bird was better.
But
84
Bird
and
in
85,
85.
Bird was better.
But that's Jordan's rookie season too.
Yo.
So like that,
Yeah,
that,
the 86 he got
that's
hurt,
adding some
so.
value to it.
What's
Yeah,
up,
86 he got hurt.
What's good? What's good? Yeah.
No, well, no,
What up,
I'm
John?
talking about 84, 85. 84, 85.
Yeah, Jordan rookie. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
85, 86.
He ain't no
Yeah,
So
85,
Damian,
86.
So
He ain't
would
nowhere
you
near the
argue
score of
Magic
Kobe.
86? What's up?
I wanted to say this was almost. I want to retract the Kobe had a higher workload than LeBron, because I was just saying like for hypothetical reasons, because that's what everybody says in that debate. But I'm saying
Oh,
the same
yeah.
argument that
Yeah, I
you
know
were
this
trying to make, the same argument you were trying to make with LeBron versus Kobe. Are you doing this with Magic? It kind of sounds like the same with Magic and
Yeah, I
MJ.
know.
I'm not saying you're doing
I'm
it,
looking back
but I
at
get
it.
what
Like
you're
I'm a
saying.
guy. Yeah, I'm a guy. Like I'm looking back at it. I'm a guy I can admit when I'm wrong, but like they're both kind of like not really years where they're definitively the best because like they're both competing against Braun and Jordan.
Yeah, yeah.
But he
Both
was better
competing
than
against.
LeBron from 2000 to 2010. He was better than LeBron. He was
Nah,
all NBA first
I
team
can't
from
say that.
06 to 2011. He was all
I don't
NBA
think
first team.
you can say that, but I wouldn't say definitively.
So
He
07,
was
he was better in the
better. He
playoffs,
was better.
right?
He was
He was
better
better
in
in
03.
08.
He was
He's
better
better
in
in
03 and 08. He was better from
In the
03 to
playoffs
08.
for sure. And go on, we got to start in the playoffs.
But for Kobe, it was always like
hold on. What LeBron was at 06? LeBron was at 06,
No,
05.
that's why I said Kobe was better from
04,
03 to
03.
08.
Where was he at?
regular seasons, he
Man,
performed better. Regular
you
season,
gotta,
he
you
performed.
gotta,
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
you didn't
listen.
make the playoffs, though, so all that shit don't matter.
He
Yeah,
made the
so
playoffs. He made the
we
playoffs.
understand
He made the
Kobe was
playoffs
better.
in 03, 04?
Not 04. You said 06. Why did you bring
I
up
said
04?
06, 05, 04, and 03.
But 04, Kobe wasn't the best player in the league.
Bro, hold
Yeah,
on,
he was better.
Damien,
04, he
Damien,
wasn't.
Damien, you don't even
What's
gotta
up?
argue. We know that Kobe was better from 03 to 08. You know that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
obvious.
08,
yeah,
nigga.
better than Braun. I'm saying
Even in 09. Like,
Nope,
Oh,
he
09,
didn't
no.
perform better than Brian.
No.
He
hold on,
didn't
he
I
beat
get
perform better
LeBron.
than
LeBron.
Brian in the
Look at hold on,
playoffs.
I
listen
can't
to
give you
That
09. I
Rocket
can't give
series
you
messed
09.
him up.
Look at
That
LeBron.
messed Kobe up.
Kobe averaged 30. I understand LeBron averaged 38. He averaged 32.
I can't give you 09. I can't give you 09.
No, because
What?
that Rocket series,
He
bro. That
wasn't
messed
more
him up.
Kobe,
efficient than
what?
Brian.
I'm
He
saying you
wasn't
don't
more
value
efficient.
winning. Exactly. You
He
don't value
wasn't more
winning.
efficient than Brian in the
You looking at that
playoffs.
38 and 8
He,
and trying to inflate it.
no, he put
He
up. Nigga, he was
lost.
putting up 33 a game in
He
the whole run.
lost. Kobe's
But
32
You said he
1.
lost. Come
So
on,
how the
man.
fuck you gonna say he
so
outperformed
wait, that doesn't make it
Because
better. How does that not
because
make someone the
because
best
you
he
player?
lost?
losing doesn't mean you losing
Yeah.
the game or you losing the
I
series
just
doesn't
told you
mean you
what
got
Kobe averaged, right?
outperformed. Yeah, and once again, Bron is putting up 35 and he's more efficient than Kobe for the whole run. And he's a
On
better
all three
defender.
levels?
Who's
On what
leading.
Yeah,
level?
on
And he's the
19,
Hold
better.
on,
Hold
what
on,
he
hold
level?
was
on, hold on.
second
No,
on 9. He was like
no,
second.
hold on. You're going to have to listen. And he's a better defender. He's leading a -6 defense. That's comparable to Tim
Oh
Duncan.
my
Beat
goodness.
Tim Duncan. On top of that, he's a way better playmaker. That's nothing to talk about at all.
Here you go. He
Yeah,
gonna start
09,
moving
yeah, he is.
goalposts.
He is.
Oh
No,
nine,
that's
oh
not.
Now
nine. You
LeBron
can't.
reached
Stop
another
playing.
Can't give him
Hold on.
09. You can't give Kobe
We're
09.
talking
What's
about
hold on? What's more
perform.
score? What's
No,
more
no, no, no,
impactful
no,
scoring
no,
or
Dale,
playmaking?
no, Dale,
All
no,
right,
Dale,
He
no,
did
y'all.
them
Dale.
both though.
Playmaking.
Trust
So,
me.
All
He
right,
did
Dale,
them
hold
y'all.
both.
on, wait, hold on. You said outperforming. So when we're talking about outperforming, we're talking about all facets of the game, right? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
but scoring is the most
Okay.
impactful
And Kobe
Hey,
wasn't more
aspect.
efficient or a better. He didn't have the higher volume, and he wasn't more efficient than Bron
He
in the '09
was with high
playoffs.
volume.
Bro,
No, once
you
again,
No,
gotta
their
300
you're
volume was
pounds
like
is
the
not
heavy.
same in
listening. He
09.
He
still
all
hit
is
right.
not
five
I'm
listening.
pounds
gonna let
heavy,
y'all
right?
make it. I
Sion's
gotta,
not
Then you
I,
got
I
listening.
5
gotta
more
get these.
pounds than me. Both
I
is
gotta
300.
teach
They
these
both
kids how to
heavy.
throw and catch
Yo,
300
Dell,
footballs.
pounds is
Dell,
I'm
heavy
gonna
as
let y'all
Dell.
make it.
I
305 pounds is
understand.
Hey,
heavy.
Dell,
it is what
They
it
All
both
right, big
is.
still
dog.
heavy.
yo, Dell. I understand if you're gonna like argue 08, 07, that's fine. But 09, LeBron damn near did
Like
everything
that
better.
nigga's not better
He
than that nigga in
lost.
09.
He did
Okay,
everything.
okay.
He
So
Everything
lost,
but
cool.
win.
Jordan, you're a Jordan fan. We know you're Jordan. In
Right, and I'm saying
89,
that.
Jordan lost.
Hold
89,
on, hold
Jordan
on. Bring
lost.
up. What's he? What he show from? Give me his splits. Since he said
In
he was so
so
efficient, give me his
in
splits from all three
89,
levels, Chef.
God made
Yeah, go
Jordan.
give me his
LeBron was a way
splits.
better defender in 2009.
Cause
So
y'all just throw
Dell,
that efficiency word out there. Y'all just be throwing that word out
09, their
there.
volume was the same. LeBron
Y'all
took
You
20
don't
shots
tripping.
a
even know what
game.
efficiency is,
LeBron
man.
took
That's the
20,
sad
20
part.
shots
Give
a
me
game.
the
Kobe took
splits. What's his
21. It was
splits
21 to
is?
20. So the
I
efficiency
bet I
was.
know more what efficiency is than you. I guarantee I do.
You heard me, Damien?
So what is efficiency? Since you know.
Braun shooting 49% from the field, 34 and 78.
On how many
34,
attempts from
34 and a
three?
3.
34 from the three, yeah.
How many attempts?
Kobe's shooting 46, less than Braun from there. He's shooting 1% higher from the three, 35, and
Okay.
85 from free throw.
Right, so he's shooting better from 2 levels. Right. So how the fuck is he more efficient than Kobe?
Because
Once again,
efficiency is
3
true
levels to
shooting, gang.
scoring.
You still don't understand
He
what
was more
true
efficient
shooting.
from 1
You still
level.
don't understand what efficiency
And give me
is.
the
It's your
attempts. You
rate
still
of
ain't gave me the
scoring.
attempts. How many threes LeBron shot? How many threes Kobe shot?
The attempts, hold
It
up,
should
I
be
gotta go
about the
I
back.
went
same.
to like 4,
I gotta go back. Hold up, give me a second.
maybe
I know
3.
regular shot. I know Kobe took 21
Free
shots, and
throws too.
LeBron took
Free
20.
throws too.
So the
Yeah,
efficiency gap.
Kobe took 21
Yeah.
and took how many threes? 4.
And how many free throws?
I don't know why this is like a big. He shot 7.
Okay, now do LeBron because you don't
Well, him
understand
took
3 level
7. He
scoring.
took a dip. Yeah,
That's
he
why.
took
Yeah,
10
he
like
took.
that.
That's
He usually
3
shoots
level
way.
scoring is not efficiency, gang.
Kobe,
You still not
He was more
understanding.
efficient on
so
You
2
still
levels. Give me
don't get
LeBron
it.
splits. Give me the
You
attempts.
still don't get
LeBron,
it.
they both shot like this. Both shot 20 shots,
Yeah.
and
I
then
just think it's crazy.
It
That's
was
the
both
21
shot
for
4
Kobe.
free
It was
throws.
20.9.
Niggas still don't understand what efficiency
Braun
is.
shot more
It's
threes.
crazy.
Braun shot more
Right.
what
threes,
year
Bron
y'all
shot
talking
more.
and
about,
Braun
bro?
shot
This
more
is
Give me
free
a
that
number.
throws.
Kobe
Right? What's the
championship year.
number?
So he more efficient than LeBron.
How
More
many
efficient.
threes
So that
LeBron
Braun more
shot?
efficient than Braun is
He
more
took
efficient
more
than
threes and still was
How
more
many
you said
efficient.
threes
how many?
LeBron? Kobe shot 4 threes. How many
Kobe
threes LeBron
shot.
shot?
Braun shot 5.
Okay, how many free throws he
How
shot?
far did Bron go in the
Braun
playoffs then?
shot
He
8
get
free
to
throws,
the
I think.
conference finals in 09.
And how far did Kobe go?
He went to the finals.
Exactly. That's
So
why I
tell
said.
me,
And
That
so
doesn't
tell me,
determine
So
it.
so
let's
That
tell
give
doesn't
me.
LeBron
determine it.
07
Okay, so
then.
like I
that
said,
means
300
So
pounds
we
is
so
better
that
talking
than
means
about?
so hold
305 pounds a day.
on.
This is
So
5 more
Tim
pounds.
Duncan was the best
That's
player in the
5 more
world for
points.
all
That's
5
not
of his
more.
Bro,
weight.
this
championships.
is just the
Right.
start of the debate. This ain't
Not
this
even
ain't the
that. If
whole
we look at
conversation.
true
This is
shooting
No,
just starting.
because
percentage,
y'all keep okay.
yo,
Okay,
let's bring up
so
That's
true
not the
shooting
he
only
percentage.
went further.
criteria, bro. But
So he
it
True
went.
helps
So
you
shooting
he
if
went
percentage.
saying
He
further.
somebody's
clears them,
losing.
Damien.
So
Clear them.
Dell. Here's the efficiency. True
They
shooting
were supposed to
percentage.
meet
Braun
in the
shot
finals. Let's not
3%
even go
higher.
that far.
How
Bron
many?
shot
Wait,
what?
How much?
Braun shot 59% true shooting.
Damn.
Kobe's 56.
Yeah. Then the
Okay, that's because he
playoffs,
was more
it's
efficient
even
from the
worse.
field. I don't.
Yes.
That don't.
So
No,
So
that's not
what?
what.
no,
That's
Okay,
true
we
not
know
what
shooting
that's the
true
takes
most
free
shooting
throws.
valuable. Yeah,
is.
yeah,
True
we know.
shooting
For
takes
You
we
free
know
throws.
you.
still
True
don't
We
know
shooting
know
what
you.
takes
The
free
true
throws.
most.
shooting
The
is.
more.
If you want
The
to
more
break that
efficient you
down,
are
bro,
from the
we already
field.
know
That's
the
more
kind of shots
impactful.
Kobe's taking, the kind of
Of Of course, I'm not going
Yeah, and
against
they're
that. He
both
was more
seeing
efficient on
tight
the field. I'm
coverages,
not challenging that.
regardless
So
what
why
they're
would you bring
seeing, they're
that up?
still seeing tight coverages.
I'm letting
Yes,
you know
he
it's
is.
two more
He,
levels.
All right,
Shot.
so
That's his
Hold
fault.
on, he's
That's
going
his fault.
against
He
one of
taking
the
jump
best.
shots, bro.
Hold on, nigga, he was still seeing constant double teams and having some of the most gravity in basketball. What are you talking about?
so Braun, listen, Braun scored.
I just
Braun,
said they're both seeing tight coverages. You gotta listen to what I'm
scored
saying,
more.
gang.
Braun scored more points.
That's what you're not seeing. That
He
they're
scored
both
5
seeing the
more
same
points.
coverages.
So look,
They're
Braun scored
literally
more.
both seeing the same coverages.
So
Do
Go
we
ahead,
Braun
Damien.
understand?
Go
scored
ahead,
35,
Damien.
Do you
36,
understand?
37.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
six, I mean,
Do we
6
not
more points. My bad.
do
6
we not
more points.
understand that he's going against one of the best rim protectors and he's shooting 72 at the rim, right?
Oh,
Orlando? Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah, against
Yeah.
Dwight Howard.
He
Thank you,
didn't shoot
guys.
But he
72
didn't
at the
he
rim.
didn't perform better than
He didn't
LeBron. He
shoot
didn't
no
perform better
72
than
at
The
the
LeBron.
rim,
exact
nigga.
same playoff year.
He
All
didn't
right,
shoot no
look.
72
Braun
at the rim.
scored
And he
more
didn't
points.
He
perform
had like
better than that
32
nigga.
points. It's not a high amount, a
And
high
Kobe
value
and
amount
Bron
of
had
points.
38 and he was more efficient
So
and
it's
he was
32
LeBron was
points.
better.
That's not a
better
high
than
LeBron was
value.
better versus the Magic. Come on,
And
man.
you get the win.
But
Yeah,
LeBron
he
See,
played
did
LeBron
better.
better.
James, they
And
don't
Kobe
evaluate it.
didn't.
outperformed
Yeah,
him
LeBron
once
played better, bro.
again.
It's not even a
Kobe
question.
They
didn't
value stats.
outperform him
They'll
once
So
again.
look,
rather take
Bro,
50 in
Kobe
a
be
We ain't
loss
talking
yeah,
about
but
that.
Kobe
versus
was
a
better
he
40
than
in
brought
a
up
him.
he
win.
just brought up
See,
he would
they'll
have
rather
been one of
take
the
50
greatest
in a
rim
loss.
protectors,
no,
but
no.
he
This is my
lost.
thing.
I'll
This
take.
is my
I'd rather
thing.
take 40 with the
This is
win.
my thing.
You can have
You
a
can't.
50 piece. You
You
lost.
can't
There's
base.
multiple layers. There's
Feel me?
This is
multiple
my
layers
thing.
to
This is my
winning,
thing.
my
You
guy.
can't
This is
base.
what y'all not
LeBron
this is what
Del,
y'all
James
Del,
fail to
had brother.
Go
understand.
ahead, Damien. Go ahead, Damien.
This is y'all
Del,
fail to
you can't base
understand.
everything off winning and losing. That
Why
doesn't
can't I not? I
determine who's
want to
better.
win.
It's not
Braun scored
everything
more
off winning
points.
and losing,
Braun
but
scored
Yeah,
more
it's
points,
part
just
of
the
averaged more steals,
production.
averaged
I'm
more
saying they
blocks,
both
part of
averaged
got
it,
more
bro.
high
It's
assists,
so
floors.
averaged more
crazy.
steals,
It's so
shot better
crazy
from
Hey,
the
because
mate,
field.
hey,
Shot
One
better
hey,
more
offensively.
hey,
question.
Shot the
hey.
same amount of
No,
threes. Shot a higher true shooting percentage
it
and it
is
was
a
better
part of it.
defensively.
But it is a part of it. But another thing that's a part of that too, for you to be better, is you to be outperforming the guy. He's not doing that, and he's dropping more in
you
his
talk about
playoff run than
outperforming
Bron
like
was.
he's
Hey,
just like
Chef, can I ask
levels
you a
above,
question?
bro.
Well,
Chef,
Like
can
that
I
it's
ask you a
That's
close,
what
question?
bro.
Real
What
I'm
are you
So hold
saying.
saying?
on,
Like,
we can talk, so we can break the game down if we want to do that.
What are
So
we
we
breaking
all
down though, bro? Like,
So Braun
first of
averaged
all, let's
35
because
let's
you're
points per
saying
game in the playoffs.
you're acting like he's so levels above. Bro,
Braun
there's
played
nothing
better
in
in the
'09
playoffs.
and
hold on. I
oh
got the
yeah,
'09 stats right
he
here. Hold
played
on.
significantly better in the playoffs.
Braun
Just
'09 was
played
what
probably
better
it
the
in the
best playoff
is.
playoffs.
run ever, bro. I
So
ain't gonna
what it
lie.
is, gang.
if he
Braun
played
averaged
significantly better,
35,
bro,
9,
and
and
still
7
lost,
in the
what does that
playoffs.
mean, bro?
Hey, Chef,
Bro,
Just
can I
it
can I
means
09.
ask
that.
you a
Hey,
question?
This is
Like
09.
I've never heard people talk about losing
hold
the
on.
way that y'all do. Like it's
I'm gonna answer
crazy.
your question. I'm gonna
He
answer
was
your
cooking.
question. So there's a reason why they lost, because for one, you had guys who couldn't, you had guys on his personnel that couldn't guard the shooters that the Orlando Magic had. There was no answer for Dwight Howard in the interior when Anderson Varejao or Ilgauskas. They could not guard him at all. Then you see a clear difference
Bro, it
when
sounds
the
like
Orlando
so
excuses. It sounds
Magic.
Pau
like
Gasol
Kobe's
can
It's
guard
not
better, bro.
Dwight.
Yo, look
how
at the
is me
stats,
talking
Del. Look
about
at the
the
stats.
game
Look at
excuses?
look
Yeah,
at
the
the
Hold
Lakers
on,
had
So
the
hold on,
best.
does
The
hold
look
on.
Lakers
like
had the
Pau
best team
Gasol
that
was
year. It
just
wasn't close, bro.
Because I wasn't done. Like
you
I
making
said, and then you go
excuses.
and it's not making excuses. Talk about the game, my nigga. It's the difference.
You
Get it right.
crying, man. You
So,
making
anyways,
excuses.
it's not nobody's crying, gang. But
Wait,
anyways,
Del,
Go
Del,
ahead, bro.
was Kobe better playoffs?
like I was saying, when you actually go watch the finals and actually see what Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol are doing to Dwight Howard as an offensive
Bynum
player,
ain't do
and they
shit.
knew some. Yes, they
Bynum
did.
averaged 5
Defensively,
rebounds a
no,
game in
I'm
the
talking
final
about
09 final. What the
defensively,
fuck is you
idiot. Get
talking
it
about?
right. I'm talking
Del,
about defensively. Shut up,
He
matter of
still
fact, you're
got
gonna
that
Yeah,
get
he
dunk.
dropped.
averaged 5
You're
rebounds a
gonna get
Del,
dropped because you don't know what you're talking about. You got a brain rot brain, my nigga. I'm not talking to you.
Del, listen,
So,
I'm saying, well,
anyways,
I'm trying
like
to
I was
say,
saying, these niggas were affected. They were slowing him down. Bro, Dwight Howard was shooting 70 at the rim on the Cleveland Cavaliers alone.
Yeah,
That percentage dropped to 60. What are we talking about?
it's
He
not
was
even a
not
can't
like
give you.
conversation,
he's
bro.
dropped drastically as an
I could
offensive
give you
player.
other years. I might give you other years. I cannot give you 09. Cannot.
Why?
Even in the playoffs, Braun had one of the best
Oh, you
playoff
talking about
performances.
Kobe? You talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Kobe?
He talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he got LeBron. He got LeBron. Yeah.
I just can't give you 09
But
for
people
Kobe.
can't say just because he won. The Lakers had the best team, and it wasn't even close, bro. The Lakers had the
Yeah,
best team in the series,
That nigga Dale don't know
89,
what the hell he be talking about.
like
and the
Shut
best
Shaq,
up, bro.
coach. And he had the best coach.
89,
Can't stand
Braun,
niggas like that.
89, Jordan was the best player in the league. He didn't win.
Right. He didn't win. Right.
That nigga Bron was average, bro. Bron averaged 30. Well, I think it was like 35 on the
35.
plus 10, my nigga. What are we talking
35,
about?
9, and 7.
Can
That
I
shit crazy.
35, 9,
ask y'all a
7.
question?
Yo,
And I want your honest answer, and I'm okay with your answer. Because I like the way you guys talk basketball. Do you guys pay attention to the field goal percentage from
Yeah.
each teammate that
Yeah.
LeBron plays with when he get a triple double?
The field goal
I don't
percentage.
know. That does take into account of how much he's
I
getting
mean,
assists.
I value
basically.
LeBron
And that's
without
how
saying
efficient
triple
he
double.
is
I don't
too,
even bring
though.
up triple
That
double.
plays a
at
part
the
in
numbers.
efficiency.
Excuse me. I look at it, yeah, to see what their shot making is. I do look at that, but like when
Yeah,
the
because
sheer quality.
a triple double stat looks good, but then if you go in depth and that team is shooting under 40%, that's bad.
I don't
Yeah,
bring up
I wouldn't
LeBron
say.
triple double.
I wouldn't
I don't
say.
never bring up
Did at
triple double.
times.
Hold on, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that's bad. I wouldn't say that's bad for the guy that's providing the open looks. I would say that's just showing you that his shot makers are not what they are. They're just not
Right.
good
That's
shot
true
makers.
too. That's true too. I agree. That's
Yeah,
true
he's
too.
still like providing those looks at times.
Because it's one thing. Because like I said, bro, a guy could put up a triple double, and a guy could put up 5 assists and still be creating way more than the guy that put up a triple double. It all
Right,
depends
right,
on
That's
the
right.
quality
facts.
of looks that they're developing for those players.
Now we're talking about plus minuses now.
Hey, so y'all,
That's
No, we're
facts.
not
Hey,
talking about.
hey,
That's not even what plus minus
y'all
is. You thought
basically
you knew
saying
something.
if somebody had a better statistical year than somebody who actually won and still put up great stats, that the person that just had the better statistical year
No,
had a
I'm
better
talking
We're not
No,
talking
he
about.
about
still
stats
no
though.
Godmade. He still performed better as a player. Whether
Performance.
you look at statistics or not, he
Yeah, I'm not
All
performed
right,
even.
so
better.
let
No,
so
no,
I'm
no,
let's
not
that's
sharing
not
that.
so
true.
let
Damien said
That
that's.
is true.
Damien Chef said
You're
that's not
basing
true
it
to a
off
certain extent.
you're basing it off the fact that Kobe won. That's your basis. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean he
Oh
didn't.
no, you guys
So
are back
God
to this
made.
conversation.
Did you
Okay.
have LeBron as number one in '07 over Kobe because he won?
Or because I got the finals. Yeah.
No, I'm saying no, not you, Damon. I'm talking
bro,
about
I'm
God
not
made.
only
No.
basing it off that. I'm trying to see y'all criteria, like, cause the only thing
Okay,
y'all saying,
okay,
oh, he
okay,
outperformed him. How? Like,
okay. I'll
just
tell
because
you
of the
my.
numbers, just
No,
because of the
no,
percentages.
and
So
I'll tell you my
let's
cri.
go to another
Defense.
player that
I'll,
Defense.
outperformed somebody who
Defense.
won
Yeah.
champs. Let's go to like
I'm trying to
Steph's
tell you my
championship year or
criteria,
something.
man. I'm trying to tell you the criteria that I use. I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I use your impact relative to your team. I use your level of what you're doing in the regular season,
So you're telling
and
me
if you're
somebody winning
translating,
back-to-back championships is not an impact?
hold, I'm not even done. Relative to your team, what your impact is, if you know what that means. I'm
That's your
looking at
plus
what you do in the
minus.
regular season. That's not your plus minus. Stop
Yes, it is.
talking.
You can look
No,
it up.
it's not.
Well, plus
When
minus
I
so
say
flawed. That
impact,
shit flawed, bro.
relative to your team, I'm talking about the amount of floor raising you're doing relative to the supporting
You're
cast
basically
you
talking
have
about
around
somebody
you.
like a James Harden, Russell Westbrook type years where they're having MVP caliber
Yeah,
years and they
the
putting up all
15
these great
Hardens, the
statistical
15
numbers, but
Hardens,
they're
the
not
17
winning and they're
Russell
not
Westbrooks.
doing nothing.
The
That's
No,
because
that's
15
you know
not.
their
Hardens.
plus
You hold on,
minus
No,
is their
bro.
No,
impact on the team.
we're getting somewhere. The 15 Hardens, the 17 Westbrook, because we know no matter how great these guys are as players, they don't have the pieces to win a championship. We all understand that. We get that. That's why I said you winning the champ. Like yes, Kobe still performed at an elite level, and that's why he was clearly a top two player in the world.
Please.
We're
Yeah.
not
Right.
disputing that.
Facts. Facts.
But when I'm looking at what Bron is doing relative to his team, I'm looking at the defensive impact that he's displaying. I'm looking at the offensive impact that he's displaying. I'm looking at the scoring that he's displaying throughout series and in the regular season, and what he led that team to in general. Just because of the impact and what he displays on the basketball court. And then
Yeah.
I can understand
So
that he's
what
not going to
about
beat
when Kobe's
Orlando.
averaging
I
35
can
in '06? Was he the best player?
I
We can
like I
argue it.
said,
You
you
can
can
argue it.
argue
Yes, you
that
can
for
argue it.
sure.
Because
He's definitely got
relative
it.
Him,
to
But
his
him and
team
Wade. Him and
and
Wade.
his impact on his team, because he didn't
You
even
can
have
argue
another
it.
All-Star, none of that.
You can
Like, what do
argue it.
y'all
Yes,
say?
you can argue it.
He said you can
yeah,
argue that.
Kobe Bryant has one of the greatest floor rates in regular seasons ever. You
Yeah.
can definitely
But
argue
there's
that.
other people that are
I'm not
like literally
disputing
in
it.
that debate. Like D Wade played
So
amazing
that's
that
what I'm
year
saying.
and
Like,
was
let's
better
name
than
The
some
D
Kobe.
other
Wade
people.
was
'Cause
up
I'm
there.
trying to see, like, other than the Kobe LeBron, I know that goes left sometimes, but just bring up some other people that may have had
D
like a
Wade played
better.
great that year. Dirk played great that year. Bron still played great that
So
So
you
year.
talking
niggas
about
let
06,
Oh
06
Oh
D
06, yeah.
six.
Wade,
Yeah, I was
or
like
who we
LeBron
talking
was
about?
great
yeah.
in '06 too. I
Oh
forgot about
06,
that.
yeah.
What
Bron
D
averaged
Wade
30
we
in
talking about?
06.
06.
Yeah.
Yeah,
06,
'06
yeah.
Wade.
Yeah,
Because his
that
the
championship.
playoffs, bro.
Wade, yeah,
Again.
Wade obviously played great in the playoffs and won the finals and one of the best
So was
defensive
'06
guard
Wade better
seasons.
than Bron, or did Bron even
Yes,
make the? How did
No,
he
what
but
did
made it
Bron
to
Bron
the
do?
played
second
well in
round. He made it
06.
to the second round. He
He
made it
played
to the
well.
second
He
round.
didn't. He was still really good in
Oh
06.
six. What they lose to '06?
I'm not
Neff?
saying he's better than Bron. Bron lost to the Pistons.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
He lost to the Pistons in
Hey
7
What
fellas,
the
games.
Pistons? Oh yeah, okay,
hey
okay.
fellas, hey, this is a definitely a good live. I'm gonna back out so somebody can come back up. Appreciate you,
All right,
Johnson.
man. You
Appreciate
be
it.
smooth,
All right,
man.
peace.
Gotta be smooth, man.
All right.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
just
like I'm
06,
just saying.
06 you can say Kobe. 07 you can say Kobe. Wade, you can say Kobe. That's fine. But
But
like
after
it's
that,
you
yeah,
can.
it's,
There's a lot of people you can say as well that I'm not mad at.
What was the
Like I like
conversation there for? Y'all talking about the best player in
you was
the
asking
league and in the
how do
year?
we look at on like how do we rank players, since I don't like I wouldn't say I
Well, who's
don't
the best player in
value
the league
winning
right
at all.
now? Who's the best? Who's the best overall
Jokic.
player right now? Joker.
yeah,
Jokic,
Joker.
yes. I got Jokic is the best player in the world right now.
So
Till further
when did
notice.
Joker? Because the last few years it's been kind of different. Like when did Joker definitively just be like the best player in the league?
For
Like,
me,
and
it
who
was
was that? Who
2023.
was it before? Like,
Before it
Mm-hmm.
was Joker, I said Giannis.
Yeah,
it
Giannis.
was
Yeah.
Giannis. Then what was
Before
it? Steph
Giannis, I
before
would
him?
say
Like who?
before that I would say Bron. I would say Kawhi.
You said
I would say
Kawhi?
come on, I
Kawhi.
would say Bron
What
in 20.
2019?
Yeah, just that year, just that 1 year, just that one
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And then before that was like Bron, and then like 15 Steph,
So it
and
was
then
never
before that
Steph.
Bron. I said 15 was Steph Curry. I
To
said
me,
15. I believe Steph was the best player in the world.
I feel like Joker became the best 23 or something.
Yeah,
Jokic.
23. He's
Okay,
been the best
so
since.
I'm trying to see like because when y'all say okay, LeBron was the best player in '09, he didn't win. You said like Steph in 15. Okay, like but are you going off playoff performance because Steph
I mean,
Yes.
like won
you
rings
can
Yes.
with
also
him?
argue
That's the
Braun
main
was the
Yes.
thing for
best
me.
in 15.
Yes.
So him and Steph, you can argue Braun.
No, that's
Yes.
LeBron.
And
Jokic. Yo.
16, did Steph win? No, but a lot
No.
of people say he's the best player.
I gave 16 to LeBron. I don't
You
care.
can give it to Braun too, but I feel like Steph performed better in the regular season. Braun just went off in the finals. Him and Kyrie.
Yo, I feel like Jokic, like, I think he's the best player in the league right now, but his defense is like holding him down.
Yeah,
Because
I feel like Jokic is the best player in the league, but I'm giving the MVP to Shea. I feel like Jokic is the best player, but I feel like MVP Shea.
Yeah, they damn
I
near about to
mean,
win 70
MVP
games
doesn't
too.
necessarily mean the best player all the time.
You
Yeah, that's what I
absolutely
mean.
right.
You have to.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely,
Jokic's the
absolutely.
best player, but it's Shea MVP.
We're definitely gonna give it to Jokic.
That was
Huh?
good, boy.
On God made, we're not really
Give
just
me
going off
some.
of stats because in '06, LeBron had better stats besides scoring. Like that's what I'm saying. We're not just going by stats because we would have
In
gave
'06,
LeBron
he got
06
better
too.
stats where
Yeah, '06 LeBron had better stats too.
than
As
who?
of right,
Than
Kobe,
as
I'm
of
talking
right,
about like assist, rebound. I'm talking, we're not just going by stats. So I would have gave
as of
LeBron
right
06.
now,
What year is that? That's not Kobe's 35 year, is it?
That
I'm
is.
saying, but LeBron averaged
So
31,
you telling
7,
me he
and
had
7.
better?
he
Okay.
did.
You can argue it. You can argue it. You can argue it.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
You know what I'm
what?
saying?
Like when you say better, what rebounds, assists? Like of course he's gonna probably have more
Well,
rebounds,
I'm just
assists.
saying, you
But I
said we're
mean,
going by just stat. If I was going by stats, I would have gave LeBron 06 too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, I was
we're
just
not
asking.
just
Like
going
do
by
Because
y'all
his
go by
stats.
stats,
stats? Y'all go
then
by
I'll give
percentages?
Westbrook. Westbrook could be the best player for 4 years straight. If we talking about
Yeah,
just
no,
stats.
we wouldn't think that.
But it also goes off of team success too.
That's for MVP. Yeah, MVP. Yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, I don't even know the criteria for MVP now because if Shea doesn't get MVP this year, it's kind of crazy.
No, I
But I
think
mean,
he's gonna
Joker is
get it.
Yeah,
having.
that
But
is
see,
crazy.
once again, going to the stats, Joker is having a historical,
Yeah.
Stats,
statistical
yeah.
year.
He is, but
Yeah, I mean, you can argue the same for Shea. I think Shea's having like a Michael Jordan kind of stat season.
Yeah, he's having a goal level scoring season
They
right
got the
now.
number one seed. They like by far. Like
Bro's
64 and
like
12.
33 on a +7.
Yeah, he's like
The man's displaying one of the best mid-range shooting seasons ever.
yeah,
One
the
of the best
efficiency.
finishing seasons ever. He's shooting like 72 at the rim on like 5 attempts right now, which is crazy.
And he's actually the only player in the NBA that's top 5 in
who's
offense
third in
rating.
the race? Who's it? Who's Giannis? Is he third?
Giannis is
I
third.
think Giannis is third. Yeah, I think so.
Giannis is third. And fourth is I think Tatum, and then I don't know. 5 is probably.
It's crazy. Tatum doesn't
Giannis.
get talked about like that.
Yeah, I think Tatum's the 4th best player in the league right now.
4. Wait.
Who's y'all top five?
You
You
got
said
him over
Tatum's the
Luka?
fourth best player.
I
in the league?
got
Do we think
Jokic.
if
I don't know about
Giannis,
that.
if
Who's y'all
Giannis
top
had a
five?
little,
No, go ahead, Damon. Oh,
I
you said
got
what?
Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Tatum, Luka.
if
Bro, you got Tatum over Luka.
Yeah, I just don't. I
feel like
just don't agree with Tatum over Luka.
hey,
Luka's
if
not shooting
Giannis, if Giannis had more help, would he be the best player in the
Ant,
league?
He could
probably
definitely be in.
censored.
He could definitely put in
You
a
think Ant
situation to
over
beat him.
Luka, Brian?
Who?
Ant-Man over Luka?
Hell no.
No, it's in the comments. And Ant.
Hell no, bro. No.
Nigga said he
Y'all ain't got
trolling. He
Steph
got
up there
he's
no more.
trolling.
Y'all like,
No, I don't think he a top
I don't know.
5
I
player.
can't put
no
Ant
more.
over Luka or Tatum. I feel like Tatum's just really underrated.
Yeah, I take
I love the
Tatum
way he's playing.
over
I don't think he's
Man,
You still got
that nigga,
LeBron,
he's right where he's supposed to be.
A lot of people
Top
don't have
7.
him in. A lot of people don't have him in like top 5s, and they don't like. They
I
just
wouldn't
don't-
put him top 5 no more either.
I think only because of that.
I mean, he's
playoff
averaging
performance.
27, 8, and like 6 on.
Who
He's
y'all
a great
talking about?
defender.
We wanted to translate better.
Yeah,
I fuck with Tatum.
I
Though.
definitely need him to translate better with that ability, and that and some of the and arguably the best spacing ever. And you're dropping like that as a scorer. I'm not moved, bro. And he's
But
just
the
having
Celtics
too
should
many. And
win.
he's just
They should
having.
win.
And
There's no
he's
excuses.
he's just having too many stretches. Like even like the month of January, February, and man was like 26, 27 on like a +1 minus. Matter of fact, a -1. That's what he was. I'm
I wouldn't
tripping.
say he's and is up there. I wouldn't think he's dropping as a player. I mean, 2022. I mean, 2023.
Ant is top
He averaged.
5 player though.
Tatum averaged 27 and 23.
I'm really talking about last year.
Last year, I mean, he went down to 25. You can argue he dropped a little bit.
And he was a minus scorer throughout the entire playoffs.
I need Tatum to translate.
Every single round. The Heat series, the Cavs series, the Pacers series, who's one of the worst defenses in the game. And you're dropping as a scorer to negative efficiency. That makes no sense.
Indiana is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like this season, the way he's playing, he has to be top 5.
Yo, Anthony Edwards is overrated, bro. Like I don't know what y'all seeing.
I think he's just a.
No, I think
That's a lot of nostalgia.
because he got a lot of aura, man. He got the aura.
He athletic as hell.
Yeah, he has
He
that
got the
charisma.
killer instinct. They say.
Ant's not a better. Ant's not,
He got that Kobe mentality.
Ant's not a better player than what's his name? That nigga Victor, bro. He's not
Man,
better than him.
They
I'm about to say,
compare
I think
Ant to
Victor
Michael
over him.
Still not
Jordan.
better
Like,
than
what are
Victor.
we
Still
doing?
not better than Bron.
That's
Still not
7.
better than KD.
That's 8.
I just lost track.
You know who pissed me off? That nigga Booker. Booker pissed me off sometimes.
Just lost track.
He fell off.
Oh yeah,
Booker
Kawhi
pissed me off.
healthy. Kawhi
Oh,
healthy.
Kawhi
I'm
healthy.
taking
Hell yeah.
Kawhi
Big time.
over Ant. What the hell?
Yeah, I just feel like he doesn't really hold up, bro.
He said he had an argument that somebody said Stockton was better than Curry.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty.
What is Stockton was a better?
They probably said he's a point guard. He better. Yeah, he's a pure point
He's
guard.
not even a better. He's not even a better playmaker than Curry.
I'd say Stockton's probably a little bit better defender, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
As a Curry fan, I think
I'm a Curry fan too.
I think Curry's a good. I think Curry's a good playmaker, but people overrate him because of his gravity. That's why you can get to.
John
That's part of
Stockton.
playmaking.
John Stockton.
His playmaking is a little overrated.
John Stockton is Kirk Heinrich next to a Hall of Famer.
Damn. Damn.
I also think that Tatum should have got that Finals MVP.
Oh, is that my boy Dario?
Is that
Hey,
oh,
Dario, man.
What
All
up,
right,
Dario?
hey Dario, if you free tonight, we can watch that. We can watch that game.
Yeah, when
Count these new inspirations, man.
Oh, the D Wade and Bron game.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the
Bro,
47-44 game?
Hey,
You know what's
I ain't
crazy
gonna
though?
lie.
That's a classic, bro.
I do have a question though. Is Stockton better than Curry at defending? I really want to. Like, that's.
I mean,
No,
I think
he is.
Yeah,
He's a
but
much
it
better.
ain't moving me, but yeah, it ain't
Hold
moving me,
on.
but yeah.
No, right, but like, is it? Because honestly, bro, after 2016, 2017, after Curry gained the weight and got bigger, became
And older. I mean,
older.
Bro, that
Yeah.
defense ain't a conversation, bro. He's a much better defender, bro. He's a much better.
Yeah, I give him defense. I think
I
Stockton's
just don't-
He's
number
way,
one.
way better. He's way better
I don't-
on ball.
Stockton's number one in all-time
Stockton's-
steals, right?
Yeah, Stockton's a legit POA defender,
and
bro.
assists, steals and assists.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I know.
Stockton's.
But I
I'll give Stockton defense, and
mean, by a lot or no, or it could is
It's a
I
long
mean,
shot.
I'm a Curry fan too. But
The
I'm
scoring
like, that's
gap is
my guy.
wider to me.
No,
than I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying, bro. I watched him transition into an actual defender. I have watched him. Like,
Yeah, he did. He got better. He got better.
Yeah,
Speaking of
he's decent.
speaking of
Yeah,
defense,
he's decent. He cool.
speaking of defense, I want to just switch real quick over to paint defense. Do you ever text pre 2000, I believe 2002, rim protectors due to the
No.
fact that that was before the 3-second rule?
No.
No.
depends on how pre 2002 you're talking about. like, because I mean, you could go back. I mean, that just depends. Like, because if you talk about around Wilt's time, I mean,
Let me put it this way. I saw some dude.
Cause
what brought it to my mind.
This the thing, like guys like David Rob, and this is insane because I don't even know how the hell he was doing this for this long. Guys like D-Rob was still one of the best defenders in the game his last year in the league.
Yeah.
right.
Wait,
Right,
what'd you
let
say?
me put it. Let me put it into like terms
What
like
about the
this.
3 seconds?
What
But
do
that
you call?
defense was also great too, all around.
What do you
the
call
Twin
it?
Towers, right?
What year?
Because I think due
Yeah,
to the
he was their primary rim protector.
Y'all
I
remember
think
what
due to
year?
the 3-second rule, there's certain I think like the best of the best could always no matter what the rules were, they would be good defensively or great defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's certain guys who are in the league who they were specifically only in the league because that 3-second rule didn't exist. Prime example, the thing that actually brought this to my mind. I was scrolling through my For You page and I saw some dude making it was another one of those old players could play today. And it was Vin Baker, and he was saying, "Oh, Vin Baker would have went crazy in the '70s and today." And he was showing Vin Baker hitting these long 2 pull-up middies. He was getting in the lane and scoring. And one thing I noticed is he got a lot of wide open mid ranges because I think they were playing. I don't think I know. They were playing the Washington Bullets, and George Mirasan is on the court. There's something that bothers me about like an era where a nigga like Mark Eden or a nigga like George Muresan, or even to a degree, even though even he couldn't get on the court that much because he was just that inept. Somebody like like a Manute Bol just being able to be on the court and be somewhat effective simply because you can just sit in the paint and put their hands up.
Yeah, but I think if you're gonna tax the defender for the 3 seconds, you gotta attack. Why not like give Michael Jordan some plus, who was one of the best attackers and scorers? He had to go against a 3 second where a guy can just sit in the paint and score.
I feel like that's why you see a lot of like those shooting guards from that era. You always see all the really super athletic guys really got over because while with the mixture of the double team and the no zoning rules, where you're able to kind of get like you could get your own island to yourself. What would counteract that normally would be the big being able to just sit in the paint and test you whatever, which is why you see like smaller or less athletic players weren't able to finish at the paint in like an efficient manner. But all the athletic guys, they have all these crazy highlights because the guys who are sitting in the paint while they're tall and they can put their hands up and like block you or like shut you off.
Mhm.
These super athletic guys are just getting all these dunks and open layups and up and under layups because they just have the athletic advantage over these guys who realistically aren't that athletic. Like a George Muresan, like naturally, I think as a 7-footer, you're just like there's a cap on how like explosive and quick you can be, but guys like that, it's like painfully so. Like Mark Eaton was painfully unathletic. George Muresan was painfully unathletic.
Do you think they should be taxed?
I think guys like that who are just in the league solely because they could defend the rim, yes.
So
like nothing else. They weren't in the league for any other reason besides they can like shut down like wings attacking the basket or like guards attacking the basket.
Okay. I mean, there's probably a lot of guys like that, like more than like the Akeems and the D-Robs. I mean, even Shaq. I mean, there's still centers like Shaq still dominated in the paint after it was implemented as a defender.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't say like that was that rule just helped everybody shot blocking because Shaq was really kind of consistent with that even after.
No, I agree what he means with the like when it comes to the guys who are like nowhere near as laterally quick in the paint and they really can't somewhat move their feet. Like niggas just got cement feet. I will agree on that. Like a Mark Eaton, I think even still Mark Eaton was last in the 2000s just because of the lack of spacing and how crowded the paint was, and he's not really required to come outside the paint. But like in the 2010s, the Mutombos, the Mark Eatons, they won't really be too effective just because of how slow they are on the perimeter, or just how slow they are as to like recovering. But I think Mark at the same time, his hands and his length pause was what makes up for that too. Even though his recovery speed wasn't like that for. I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, it was a big man's game back then. Like that was like Like now we actually. Well, I mean, now we got big men, but like after obviously when Shaq was running around, there wasn't like a lot of like elite centers in terms of that position. I mean, KG and Duncan were the power forwards that were elite, but like centers at that time, kind of like there weren't as many as there was in the '90s, of course.
Right.
But now
Ben Wallace was probably the only center that could probably slow down Shaq.
Yeah, like there just wasn't. There's like nobody that was good enough to stop. It's not to say he couldn't perform against centers because he's still like even when he was playing Akeem at that time, he's still playing well. But it was a drought kind of.
Yeah, I think Gobert get a lot of hate because he's playing against in a tough era where you got to go out, step out and guard guards. Like nobody that height. Like I don't know, maybe except who? Victor maybe like guard. I mean, even Victor be getting cooked sometimes by guards, but that don't mean he's a bad defender.
Even then, bro,
better scorers now. Like
even then, bro, people don't really like Gobert. Like Gobert doesn't really like get cooked that much on the perimeter. Like it's still like a thing, of course. Like people like if you get Gobert on a switch, of course you're gonna attack him. But it's not like, oh, I got Gobert. All right, let's get back on the other end. That's 2
Right,
points.
right. Yeah, they overblow it for sure. It's like, of course, like you got to guard somebody like Garland or like, this guard's so good today, bro.
I mean, he did get fried by Draymond Green now.
Oh, Draymond, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got like situations where he had to go like a Jamal Murray, a KD, a Beal, a LaMelo, and he's held his own surprisingly. Now you could if you want you could text that to people like getting Rudy in a switch and trying to over dribble and put on a show so they can try to get a highlight. But at the end of the day, if you don't score, it doesn't really mean much.